Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast going this morning. You know, this is what we call Black Friday. This is what we call Black Friday. We talk about business and everything business related. If you have a business, if you have an event, if you have anything that's going on, you could give us a call. We'll talk about it and talk about it in its entirety. Talk about it and talk about it in its entirety. All you have to do is give us a call, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We love to talk about it and talk about it free. I'm gonna tell you what we charge you though. We charge you half, nothing and a half. That's what we charge you. Nothing and a half, zero and a half, zero and a half. Now, if you can figure out what that is, call me. Let me know what zero and a half is, and we'll get you going. We'll get you rolling. We'll get you started. I promise you. But right now, I gotta say good morning. We got two of the gentlemen here starting off with us this morning. And first on the phone line, we got Minister Neil. Minister Neil, tell everybody who you are and where you're hailing from.
Good morning, everybody. I'm right at Loganville, Georgia this morning. I'm on my way to work because I'm still in training, but I wanted to call in and give a shout out to my dear brothers and support him. And I don't know too much about this Black Friday because I'm never pretty much on here, but hey, I'm hanging on for the ride, Doc.
There you
hanging
go.
On for the ride.
There you go. There you go. Hey, you good to go. You good to go. And Adrian, good morning.
Yes,
Good morning.
I'm very blessed and highly favored of the Lord this morning, brothers. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, doing good. This is Black Friday, man, and we gonna talk about some things this morning, and hopefully we're gonna help some people out along the course. My wife gave me a topic this morning. She said, "Won't you talk about how businesses make money?" She said, "Won't you talk about how businesses make money?" So on the shallow end in the kiddie pool area, and we're gonna build them up till they get to the deep waters. Okay, so tell me how does a business make money?
I think a few ways that businesses make money is making sure that you have integrity for the quality of the product of your service and making sure that you guarantee and hold through on your guarantee to people. When I used to work at Lowe's, I was back in college, okay? And I kid y'all not, I had customers that they would call me in. I had to go to class. They would call me in. They said, "Adrian, can you come to work such a day?" I tell my supervisor, I said, "I'm not on the schedule." He said, "Well, so-and-so up here with a $30,000 paint order, and he won't take it from nobody but you." I said, "Oh, I don't work in the paint department. I work in hardware." It's not just, it was several customers. They said they wouldn't work with nobody. And I'm going to tell you what the secret there was. Every time a customer stood in my face, I would think about my mama. I'm dead serious. And I'm going to tell you what I would think. My mama's a Lowe's shopper. What kind of customer service would she want? What kind of customer service would I want? If I walk into that Lowe's hardware desk or paint department or whatever it is, I don't want somebody to just tell me anything or just, "Oh, well, it's over there on the aisle over there. It's whatever." I want the first-hand service. So you got to do that, and you got to know your business, market, and strategize. Don't, like old people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You want to diversify your portfolio of any kind of business, whether you're doing hair, makeup, cooking, business, whatever. Diversify your portfolio and save money. What's the business rule, business model? The first 7 years, don't spend no money out of that business, because technically you're taking a loss, and you got 7 years to do tax write-offs as a loss. Okay, now in your 8th year, you can start showing gain, but it needs to be minimal gain over time. It don't need to be no all of a sudden spike gain. It needs to be minimal gain. If you do that, you can grow your business, diversify your portfolio, and word of mouth is one of the biggest things. Provide great quality service, be men and women of your word, and your business will grow itself. That's part of my opinion.
Good deal. Minister Neil, what do you say to that? How does a business make money?
Just like my brother said, from marketing. Marketing and word of mouth, but you have it, like you said, something that's very interesting, that we have to have integrity. Integrity is very, very important. And I think that's how you sell your product. That's how your product is being marketed, and also how your product project will also be distributed. I do work in the pharmaceutical company industry. That's one of the things that we have to practice. We call it GMP. Meaning you have to have good manufacturing practice. Meaning that you have to do certain things with certain guidelines in order for it won't compromise medicine that we're making and that we're researching on. So it's the same thing with anything. You have to have some kind of good practices that you do, that you have a bar that you have set, that you have to work that bar every single time. Not every single day, every single time. Meaning that every time that product is moving out or generated out to the public, it has to have the same mark at all times. It has to hit the same mark. It can't deviate from it. And that's what's happening to a lot of companies a lot of times. And they wonder why they falter, because sometimes they compromise. And when you compromise, it becomes to be more of a bottom line and not more of the product anymore.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And y'all, and maybe y'all starting out hitting home runs, man. So on what y'all gonna do in the ninth quarter. But if that be the case, Adrian, and integrity and all these things that's involved, what happened if you find that there's something or an element of your business, of your company, of your corporation that's not up to standards? What do you do? How do you help them improve, or just cut them out like a cancer?
No, I'm gonna tell you what you do. Okay, what you do is you judge across industry standards. Okay, and then if you want to take your company up and beyond to the next level, that's totally fine to do, because you're setting industry trends up and beyond what other people in your industries are doing. Because listen, it's not too many industries in the world where there's a monopoly, where I'm the only one that's doing this method or doing this model in this industry. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's from deep oil drilling, deep sea oil drilling, to exploring the oceans, and all of that type of stuff is very costly. You even see the space race with Richard Branson against the Trump administration and against NASA, which has been in place since the Kennedy administration. Okay. People want to invest money. People want to make money. They want to see their ideas come to fruition. For example, my company right now, my assistant Tandra, God bless her, she's doing such a dynamic job over there in Atlanta. I want to see my idea and my business model in emergency management and disaster recovery come to fruition. So guess what? If I see something that's wrong, I need to be very transparent. I need to address it crystal clear across the board, because the only way you're going to get better in your company, like the old saying go, what is it? You're only as strong as your weakest link. That's very true. And for example, I run a wood business. I get out there and I cut trees. I was running my chainsaw the other day. Okay. And I was showing a young man how to cut it. And guess what? As being in the wood business, I'm only as strong as my weakest man out there. My man out there can't pick up a barrel of wood or don't know how to cut crank the chainsaw or bust it with the wood mouth. We ain't making money. We got downtime. So guess what? I'm gonna have to stop and say, wait a minute. Make sure you got on your belt. Make sure you got on jeans. Make sure you got on your steel-toed boots. Make sure that you're doing this right, so that you're healthy and safe, so that we can keep capitalizing on the time and the material and the jobs we got going on. So those are part of the ways that I think it should be addressed, that if you see something in your company that's not going right, be transparent. Don't sit here and deny and say, well, that ain't happening, or soon as you start losing money or that projected bottlenecking and lag time in your project, I don't care what it is. My mama taught me this. If it's a littlest thing that's causing your project to slow down, and it's not, for an intentional purpose, like, when you pour concrete, it's 28 days for that concrete to set before you can truly form steel on top of it. All right. So if it ain't something like that, then you need to address it head first. Make sure everybody comes to the table and know the same information, so that when the resolution comes out, you have clarity moving forward.
Minister Neal, what do you say to that? If there's an element of your business that is not up to par, do you cut it out? Do you just cut it out and dismiss it, or do you nurture it and try to get it to a better place? What is the process?
I believe that for me, I think that if it's something that is going to policy, the package here, you have to nurture it. You have to, because you have to bring it up to speed. Again, I go back to the job that I do, and I've been working in a research laboratory. One of the things they've been sending out, and it's been echoed for the last couple of days, that the patients are first. And we have to look at it at the same capacity we're dealing with the public. They are first. That's who we're catered to. So sometimes I think that we have to step back and really understand that, and sometimes you have to recognize that if you're weak in that field or in that area, you need to bring somebody in who has some expertise. There's nothing wrong with that. Even though you might not, that's why they have consulting firms. Even when you're not financially able to actually hire someone on, you can also retain consultants. And what that does, that gives you an opportunity to bring them in where you're lacking. So it's so different, many things, but you have to nurture. If it's part of your package, you need to nurture it. Because I always say don't throw anything away, because that just might be the deal breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I look at my brother. I mean, he does everything on his own with his company. And one thing I can honestly say about it is that his customer service is white glove. Right, and everybody else, that's one thing I hear everybody say about it. It's customer service. Man, it's like, man, you can't get nothing better. And another thing that his availability. You can do it. You don't have to go through multiple channels to get in contact with him. You can contact him directly. And he back with you. So those things, when you get back to people in a timely fashion and things of that nature, especially when you're dealing with the service of the people, you have to have something that's going to stand out, and that's one of the things that stand out. So nurturing, I think you have to nurture something that you're offering. If you don't, get your consultant, get you someone who knows, get somebody who you can probably pay on the side. Say, hey man, I need you to come in and can you do this for a couple hours out the day? If it's not for 2-3 days out the week, you need something. You have to have a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you're going to lose. You're going to lose.
Exactly. Adrian, I see you got your hand up. What's going on, brother?
Yes, sir. Now, one thing that this minister is talking about on the line, that I like what he just said, okay? And in my industry, we have what's known as mutual aid agreements. Basically, if you my neighbor and brother, the pastor there is our neighbor, let's just say your ditch need to be dug. Well, if I got a backhoe, I come dig your ditch for you. If my roof need to be done and you got a ladder, you come willingly bring me your ladder. Now, we done got away from them days in doing business where I'll spot you up front or you spot me. Many times, there's a lady that I'm consulting with out of New York right now, and I'm not going to name no names. She had a gentleman that was of a different descent. I'll say it like that. He charged her $200,000 and some odd $1,000 and did not do nothing for her business. $200,000 and some odd $1,000. And I was able to tell her about it because I work in the industry and I know how much he can charge her. He was charging her about $165 an hour to sit as the senior VP of her company and as the president over one division. Okay. So then when he done her such a raw deal, she started working with me. I said to her, so-and-so, I don't need your money. I said, if we enter in this joint venture together, I will willingly give you the knowledge and I will teach you and train you so that you will know what you need to know in case something happens to me. You can keep running with the ball and you understand what I understand. But the fact that somebody else of a different descent, she trusted this person. She put all her faith and confidence in this person. Now she working with me. She kind of don't even want to work with me. She don't even know nothing about me. I offered this lady $20,000 to enter the joint venture with her. And she still hung up on what this one person did. So I say all of that to say this. Sometime in business, new business, I know a lot of us said, well, I won't be able to turn a profit in a year. Can you do something for me now to help get me going? If we could get to the days where we have faith and confidence that we will be paid down the line, you know what I'm saying? If you trying to start a wood business and you ain't got no wood maul, okay, and no chisel and no chainsaw, how you going to start that business? Okay. But then if you got somebody that said, well, okay, I'll loan you the tools that you need for 6 months, 8 months till you make a profit, then you pay me my $1,000 for those materials that I loaned you. Maybe somebody can get up off the ground and get going. You know what I mean? So I think in business, that's something we have to understand. A lot of times, a lot of people can't go take out a loan. They might not have good credit. They might not have the collateral to put up. Okay. They want to do good. They might can do good business, but you got to have a good business plan. Mm-hmm. And my greatest thing that I'm going to tell anybody out there about business, do not ever write your business plan solely based on profit projections and profit margins. You have to always be a smart fox. Plan for the bad, plan for the worst, project for the worst, and then when the good occurs, still don't go splurge. You got to save that money and say, because you never know when a bad day gonna come. Okay. Mm-hmm. So in business, those are some tactics that I've used over the years. I don't go into my business model looking for a big profit. I write my business model, what could go wrong and how am I gonna deal with it? Mm-hmm. Because if I can figure that out and project that, I know how to run a monopoly. And then when the sun's shining and stuff is going good, well, hey, all right, good. Let's keep it rolling then. Yeah. You know, mm-hmm. There you go.
Minister Neil, talk to me.
What's that?
I said, talk to me. What do you think about what he just said?
I mean, he's right. You have to. I mean, that's one of the things that we have to do that in our everyday life. Mm-hmm. You know, even though I know, unfortunately, that we live in from paycheck to paycheck. You don't want to get into a business living from paycheck to paycheck, because what that does is that you're not really making the bottom line. Mm-hmm. And, you know, at the end of the day, you are here to make money. And I think that's why, like you said, sometimes you have to scale back, and you might have to start off on a smaller scale. And sometimes I think that what happens is that when we have these business ideas, we're looking at it from and there's nothing wrong with that. And like you said, sometimes you might not get that bank loan. What other plans do you have? Where do you go from there? What are your plan B's? And I think sometimes once we get to that point that we need to have a plan A to Z. If this don't work, skip this work. Mm-hmm. If that don't work, still this work. If this don't work, still that gonna work. Mm-hmm. I mean, we have to. If this is something, this is your passion. And one thing I tell people, and I think we had I did my show. Remember we talked about first love.
Yes.
And people thought I was talking about a female. I was saying, no, I want to talk about a female. And I use you for example. I said, you got to think your radio station was your first love.
Yeah.
That's your first love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is called for that's your passion. And what we have to understand is if that's your passion, you have to. Sometimes you have to be a little. You have to use some ingenuity. You have to. Mm-hmm. You have to say, okay, well, this is not working. Let me scale back. Let me scale back a little bit. And maybe if I scale back, maybe I can see what happens from there. Case in point, that's what my brother did. My brother left Disney. He was a prep chef at Disney. He left Disney, and people were like, man, you crazy. Mm-hmm. Disney? You talking about Disney? What? He had a dream.
Yeah.
And look at him. He on TV.
Exactly.
You know it because I text you.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he had to crawl before he can walk. And sometimes I tell people like a little baby. What people don't understand about a little baby, but even before a baby actually take his first step, the baby got to lean on something. If you ever notice a baby always lean on either a chair or how many times you see people say, don't let him lean like into that chair on the end of that table because he's gonna hurt himself. Because he's wobbling. Yeah. Sometimes we in the wobble state. We need somebody to lean on. We need something to lean on. And that's what we have to respect as entrepreneurs and try to help one another.
Exactly.
And that's one of the things I think that is lacking as well. Is the mentorship that we don't have to go towards, because you never know, somebody else might want to do a DKM radio. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's all about coming together. And one is the way I see it, and this it might sound a little crazy, but everybody is a brick in the wall. Everybody is a brick in the wall, and if we stack those bricks up, we can make a very strong wall, and we can make a very positive impact in the community. And hopefully in the world as a whole. What do you say to that, Adrian? Adrian, you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here. Sorry about that. I had to move around. You know what? I fully agree with that. I fully agree with that. Being bricks in the wall in society, okay, everybody's position is needed. All right. Matter of fact, I'll give you a prime example. The other day I was out here doing laundry and running around, had to do 50 things at one time. And there was a young lady standing there in the wash house. I went ahead and did my laundry, but the folding of it, I'm no good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, I said, you know what? I said, how much you charge me for this? She said, well, I don't know, because you done already, did it, and we charged by the pound. Well, I said, guess what, sister? I said, you want to make a little something? She said, yeah. I said, if you stay here and fold these clothes up with me, for me, while I go do what I need to do, I'll pay you just directly. And that's what we did, and she made $20 right on the spot. Because guess what? It's more valuable to me. Not that I don't know how or don't want to, but being a brick in the wall, we got to keep the money recycling, okay? There is a such thing as new money, old money, stagnant money, and fresh money, okay? Those are all very true. So in order to help this thing out and help this economy, we have to keep and help each other in the community. We have to keep, as bricks in the wall, keep the money flowing. Okay, I value everybody's skill set. I don't care what it is, anything from janitorial to being a president or CEO of a company. Because guess what? Some people say, well, I don't want to do that because I'm the CEO and I went to school and got a bunch of degrees. Well, guess what? You never know in life what you're going to have to do to make a living. I got 3 degrees, but I still cut wood. I got 3 degrees, but I still pour concrete. I got 3 degrees, and yes, I've worked downtown New York City and all in Los Angeles all day. But guess what? When it comes to getting the job done and getting it done right, if I know how to do the job, I'm not gonna say, well, I got 3 degrees and I make X amount of money. I done did this, I done did that. I ain't gonna do it. No, I got a cousin that told me one time. He said, man, you do all of that and you got 3 degrees. You do all this everywhere. I said, yeah. Because I'm used to doing my own work, and most of all, if I see something not going right, I'm gonna come and correct it. It ain't got nothing to do about having degrees and a whole bunch of money or lack of money. It's about valuing the skill set of what's needed in that moment. And we need to value each other's skill set more. I can't look at a mechanic and say he's more important than a carpenter. And we got to make sure that we treat each other fair and charging each other. Don't overcharge people and be highway robbery. And then don't you do nobody a bad deal, and we can all eat and live together and be happy together.
Absolutely. And I'm taking it back to where we started about making money. Sometimes a person go into business and Minister Neil, we know you go into business, you want to make money. That's just what it is. You want to make money. But should that be the only motivating factor in going into business?
No. No. I don't think so whatsoever. I think one of the greatest motivating factors into going into business.
Adrian,
go ahead.
That was Minister Neil. Minister Neil, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say to that?
I'm gonna say yes and no, because you are in the business to make money, but at the same token, you again, I go back to integrity, and you don't want to compromise who you are. And even like when I talk to people, like with marriages and stuff like that, when I hear the word compromise, I automatically know that that's not where this person want to be. Let me say it to you again. Compromising tells me that you're taking away from the fabric of who you are.
Come on.
Because that's not really you. You're giving up something to grudgingly, because you got to think you didn't do that on your own. So I understand what the brother was saying about it shouldn't be the common factor, but we all are. We got to be realistic. We are here all to make money, but at the same token, don't let that money compromise you. What did the Bible tell us over in Mark 3:15? And think it says what profits a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul.
Come on, say it.
Sometimes you got to think what we're doing is that we are in a position where we are able to help people, and God will do the increase. But He can't do the increase if you compromise. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So now He's right. If it becomes to be about all you want to do is make money, then you're gonna do anything in the world to make that money.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if it's about, your product and you standing on the reputation of your product, then the money will make itself.
Yeah.
And the product will make it.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, but I understand, but for business people, I know they're going to say, no, well, I'm here to make money. You're right. But at what cost?
Mm-hmm. Come on.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
What cost?
Yeah. And so, and you said you spoke on it earlier, and both of you spoke on it earlier, the integrity side of it. Are you willing to make this money and lose your integrity? That's a big part of it too, because I'm not willing, like you said, what does it profit a man to gain the world but to lose his soul? I'm not willing to sell out for money, because truth of the matter, money really don't mean that much to me personally. It really don't. But you got some people that it does. Donald Toussaint, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, doing good, doing good. This is Black Friday, and what we're talking about right now, Donald, we're talking about how does businesses make money? What do you say to that?
A service.
Mm-hmm.
Service. What do you have to offer? And is your product any good? And does it serve the need of the consumer? And I'm not too bright, but I always say I ain't stupid.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to McDonald's, which I don't go to McDonald's, there's a reason why I don't go to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Because their reputation precedes them.
Yeah, come on.
To me, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If I go to the Waffle House and I see you cooking good food, but I'm watching you cook my food, and you never change your gloves.
Mm-hmm.
You come in and out the kitchen. You come in and out you're wiping off the counter. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Because the food may be good to you in appearance, but it's nasty because you done took the rag and you done wiped the counter off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You done opened the door. You done closed the refrigerator, and then you fixing my food with them same gloves.
Yeah.
That's nasty.
That's
You done lost. Your service is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go to Walmart and I normally go there to shop, but all of a sudden I have to go to use it. These are common things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all of a sudden I have to go to the restroom, and your restroom is nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Then that takes away from everything you have to offer.
Yeah.
You can have the best product, but the receptionist is rude.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
That's you done lost me. You can be the best CEO, but you got somebody in your organization that is a weak link.
Mm-hmm.
You need to either train and strengthen that link or change
Mm-hmm.
out because it's not pulling right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know that we talk about if I get into something and I'm just, this is a twofold thing. If the to start a business is not it's your passion,
Mm-hmm.
but you start a business to make money.
Yeah.
But if you don't have everything involved in it top notch, or even it don't have to be a 5-star, it can be 3. But don't be satisfied with the 3. Try to make it better.
Yeah. Always trying to
But
improve on it.
everybody, everybody that you have involved, I don't care if they're sweeping the floor.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing. I came in at the opening of Popeye. They got great chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we like chicken.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I walked in right as they was open. A young man came in with me, and he started his shift. And the first thing he did was he put out the carpet at the floor, the rug. right at the door, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, listen to me and let me shut up. I sat back and nobody else was serving me. Okay. And they was all trying to get that day started. I understood that, but I was the first customer waiting patiently. Nobody saw after me. So the young man came, he put the rug out, he went back behind the counter, and he looked and he noticed nobody was helping me. He said, "Sir, did anybody help you?" I said, "No, I'm just waiting." He immediately started to grab his box and try to fix my food. I said, "Don't you think you need to wash your hands?" His intentions was good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
His intentions was good. I appreciated him. But I don't care how good your intentions is. If your hands just finished picking up the rug, you're certainly not going to fix my food.
Yeah, exactly.
The
And
little things that we do.
absolutely. And that's good. I'm glad Donna brought that to the equation. Minister Neil, what do you say to that, man? And the guy, I'm sure his intention was good. He wanted to help Donna. He wanted to, do something because he didn't want him just standing there. And so his heart was in the right place, but his hands didn't touch that water. What do you say to that? Minister Neil, you there? I'm about to say it to you. Wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. I think you got that mute button pushed, brother. You're talking, but we can't
Oh
hear you.
no, I'm sorry about that, brother. I'm pretty much just got ahead on at my job, and I was trying to get my ID out to get in the gate.
Okay.
But I'm gonna let y'all brothers go, man. Y'all have a blessed day, man. And again, it was a pleasure.
And always a pleasure having you, brother. Definitely. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.
You too. Hey, hit me
I
later
hit
on.
you later on, man, because I hit you later on because I might be out a little later earlier today, so I'll hit you a little later, man.
All right, good deal.
All right.
Adrian, what do you say to that, man? The guy, his intentions was good. His heart was in the right place, but his hands didn't touch that water.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I think that goes. This brother, Donald Toussaint, I believe it is.
Yes.
He appreciated that young man's aptness to get up and do something when everybody else was just holding their hand. So what you do is you say at that moment, thank you, but let's slow down, go wash your hands, and then come and serve me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's been times where people have called on me, like for example, right now, somebody just called on me. I done ran out the door without my shoes on. And sometimes when you have a pure heart like that young man, or you want to help a situation out, you do something so fast, you get the moving so fast, and you don't come to yourself that, wait a minute, I need to wash my hands before I take the man's order and start fixing his food. So, you slow down, you slow the person down, and you say, you know what? I appreciate you seeing my need. I appreciate you coming to minister to me, but let me tell you, you're about to touch my chicken, you're about to touch my eggs. Go wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. I think at 120 degrees, and then come back. I'll be sitting right here, and me and you can have that one-on-one, customer service interaction. That's how I feel about it.
Good deal. But how does business make money? And I don't know if you play dominoes or not, Donna, but we got this saying in dominoes that all money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money.
All money ain't good money. Yeah, we say it all the time in dominoes, and so sometimes you gotta let that money ride for the next round and come back, and then you can keep the game going and do what you need to do. To hit them in the head. So what do you say to that, Donna?
I love dominoes. You know what they don't like about those that know me that play dominoes with me? I don't mind locking the board.
Ooh.
I lock it.
Okay.
Wait till the end. My aim is to lock the board. You can get nickel willy. You be talking about nickel. Get it. That ain't good money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get 30. I don't care. I'll let you get 30. But we're trying to get to 150. 30 ain't 150. I'm trying to lock the board with you something in your hand. And I may especially if I got a partner.
Mhm.
We get in for something then. But I try to make your hand, because we're in competition.
Mhm.
See, there's others, and I'm glad you related that to business because
Mhm.
you're not the only one playing the game.
Come on.
And all you concentrating on is getting that money. You get
Mhm.
5 here, you get 15 here.
Mhm.
But see, Walmart, and I'm going to translate this to Walmart. Boy, I tell you what, the spirit of God got good sense. And I say the spirit of God because I'm, hey. But
Mhm.
here's what it is: Walmart has a strategy of locking you out.
Mhm. Yep.
They're good at it. They put so many mom and pop because they're not trying to make the quick money. They're trying to make the big money.
Yeah.
So if they can lock the board, they'll get it at the end.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I'm good at that. I tell you what, buddy, I watch you. And they say, yeah, he passed. He passed up that. I passed up 20.
Mhm.
And you could have got that 20. Why you didn't get that 20? All money ain't good money.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
money ain't good money.
Donnie,
But see, we greedy
you'll make somebody
in
mad at
our
Domino's.
business.
Donnie, you'll make somebody mad at Domino's, so bro.
They'd be mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, they'd be mad.
Mhm.
Tell it, man, what you doing? I said, man, I could have got that money. What good? So I passed up money.
Mhm.
And I could get it. And then some of them, and man, where's Big Six? And I know you could have played that right there. And you could have got your 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I know you got Big Six in your head.
Mhm.
And there's a 6 out there. There are a couple of more 6s out there. And I think you got it. And I can get some money somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where there's a 5 or a 4 or a 3. You know what I'm going to do? Play on that 6 and close you out.
Exactly.
Because that's 12 points. That's 12.
Mhm. Mhm.
12 plus something is a lot of money at the end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So if I catch you with Big 6, Big 5, and Big 4 in your hand at the end, guess what? That's 30 points.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now,
you see how quick that added up?
Exactly. That a 5 and a 10 was nothing because you're getting 30 on the other end of it. And the way I do my math, 30 is worth more than 5 and 10. So it make good business sense. Now Rico.
Yes, I checked.
Rico just joined us, man. See, Rico might not know nothing about no Domino's. I don't know if you know about Domino's or not.
Man, y'all don't want me have y'all eating up that whole boneyard.
We're talking about Black Friday, and we were related to business, own money and good money, and how what the topic is, how do a business make their money, and we equated it over to Domino's, and Donald said he'll let 30 points pass him by, and he watched the way the person play, and he know they got 6s, the big 6 in the hand, or he got the big 6, and he know that's gonna come back around because they got the other 6s in their hand, and so he strategized in a way. And he also said, well, he loved to lock the board. And so I told Donna he'll make some folks mad in Domino's, man.
He want to create a monopoly. He trying to do like Microsoft, ain't
it? Yes, sir. But what do you say to that, man? All money and all money ain't good money, and we equate it to Domino's. What do you say to that?
I mean, he said it, pretty simply. It depends on what your motivation is. I mean, if you want to just make all the money and you want to become the richest man in the world, most successful businessman in the world, then you're gonna try to lock it down. You're gonna try to create a monopoly where you the only one can make money or branch off from it.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, that happens with the oil industry. If you think about it, how they bought all the technology, they could increase the gas mileage on an engine. They had a guy come out with an engine one time that can give you 100 miles to a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
The auto industry bought it. Oil industry bought it. They didn't want that. They had a car that ran off water.
Mm-hmm.
The oil industry and auto industry bought that. Come on.
Yeah.
You're gonna mess up our money. We want all the money in this industry right here. We playing dominoes and this is our game. But I see the question you asked earlier about what was it about? How do you how does the business make money?
Yes.
Well, they create or invent something or some tool that makes things easier or more convenient for the general public. And then most of the time, it's not even for the general public. It may be for, well, yeah, I guess it would be for the general public overall. When it comes to the bottom end of the dollar is made off of the consumer, which is me and you. You know, so that's why I started not to even call in, because I know this is Black Friday, man, but I'm more on the consumer end than the business end. But the business can't be successful without giving a pleasing product, a satisfactory product to the consumer. They gonna tank.
And see, that's the thing. And you said something there, Rico. I'm gonna go to Adrian as well, but you said something just then. You said that you're on the consumer side. And I find that very interesting, because I've been around you quite a few times. We've been hanging out for a minute, and I know your mind. You got an entrepreneurial spirit on you, man. You know, go out there and get it type attitude. And to hear you say you're more on the consumer side, you know, I don't know, you know, I don't put that with the Rico that I know.
Right.
Because I know you're that entrepreneur. I mean, you got that go get them attitude. So how does a person get caught up in that on that consumer side?
Well, they may sit back and hold their hands, like Adrian said earlier. You might come up with an idea. I'm gonna give you the prime example. I had an idea for Uber and what's the DoorDash?
Yeah,
I had an idea for that in 2009. It was so convenient, and I even took it a step further, you know, because I felt like I could direct it towards older people that needed to go to the grocery store, needed to go to the doctors, and needed people to sit there with them. Didn't have good home health care, but they just needed transportation, needed to go to the beauty salon. I'm like, you know what, man, it's a need for that.
Yeah.
And somebody told me, no, man, you can't do that. They already got the taxi cab industry. I said, but you know, you can sort of undercut them a little bit. I saw how the cab industry went in New York City with the medallions and stuff. So I said, you know, it's a way around that. You just have to associate yourself with the right people to put you in position to do it if you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And see, at the point in time, I didn't know what to do, which is somewhat my fault, because I took myself out of the environment where I would be around people that could be an asset to me or could show me, or I could learn what I needed to learn to get some of these things out of my head. Not only to have a motivation, but to know the correct process to take. And I tell people all the time, man, I started a long time ago. I used to tell my sons, I told all my younger cousins, man, go to college and meet new people, improve your environment, get around people that want to achieve, go to church, go around business people. Because Bill Gates would not have been Bill Gates had he not met the people that went to school to do what he wanted to do.
Exactly.
I won't say had the people that's invested with Bill Gates, when he came to them with the idea for Microsoft, he had investors. They just as rich as he is right now. But had they not been in a circle of people that had that type of mindset, they would have missed out on that deal. So I think about those people that decided to stay home, or not to go straight to work or go cool, but then not is at least attempt to get this out of their head, that they had these inventions, that use their hands. They miss out because they hold their hands and they sit on it. Idea is no good just with the thought.
Yeah, exactly. That's good. Toya with the T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you, sister. We're talking about Black Friday today, and we're asking the question, how does businesses make money? How does business make money? What do you say to that, Toya?
How do businesses make money?
Yes. How do they make their money?
Hey, I mean, by providing what people need, by providing or at least influencing products and items that we need and want. True. It is what it is.
Okay. Now, we also talk about, I don't know if you play dominoes, but Adana brought dominoes to the equation. And we said all money ain't good money. So if a business is in business, should they just want to make money if the idea long term could jeopardize or sacrifice their business?
It depends what kind of force you're gonna be. Look at the pharmaceutical company, pharmaceuticals.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? That stuff ain't no good. They know that. But I mean, hey, they do what they do. Look at slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Something they did to capitalize their money, honey. They would never be where they had it not had they had to pay people for the things that needed to be done. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what kind of force you're driving here, and then it's ultimately up to you. You know, being the business owner ain't no joke.
Yeah.
It ain't no joke. It takes time. It takes money. It takes away from what you're already doing. And if you haven't made careful steps in your life, wait until you're older with kids, with bills, with all of that, it can be complicated. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of people cannot make it because they don't know the formula. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I personally have changed my views on making money. Even when it comes to being a lawyer, one of the reasons why I stopped going to school to be a lawyer, it was like, well, I'm gonna be a good lawyer, whether you're good or bad or did it or not. My job is to get you off. And I didn't know if I wanted to do those kind of things because all money ain't good money.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? But it just depends on what you want to do and what kind of force you're trying to take over. But at the end of the day, God is the one that prevails in the end. So please, I try not to get distracted by the devil when we're doing all these little devilish jobs, stripping, drug dealing, carrying on, baby selling, stuff like that. There's heaps of businesses around here, man, that they make a lot of money, but in the end, that's why we going through this corona right now. That little foolish stuff we had going on.
Exactly. Adrian, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, man. I was listening to the brother Rico a second ago, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's nothing, and even the Bible says this. There's nothing that we're doing in modern times that has not been done in the days of old. That idea that he had in 2009 about, getting the older people to the stores, whatnot. Back in the day, they used to have general stores. And they used to have a milkman that would come around and deliver you milk and deliver you ice. Well, guess what? When we go to Walmart and H-E-B, for example, out here, okay, that's the same concept. You're shopping for me. If you list, you're shopping for me. High customer service, okay? This young lady that I was dating last year, brother hosting the show, I sent you a picture of it yesterday. Okay, she had an idea for an app. When I tell y'all multi-billion-dollar idea, she's trumping Uber and Lyft and the taxi service. And hey, guess what, Rico? I know who New York Taxi Commission is. They were one of my applicants for Hurricane. I know exactly who they are and exactly what you should have done and who you should have talked to if you wanted to get into it. Because you're right, New York Taxi Commission, they're one of the biggest sources of revenue in the city of New York, in that tri-state area. So back to the story. The young lady, she has a product that she's trying to bring to market. I set my business, my personal business aside earlier this year in my bankroll to help her bring her ideas to fruition. Well, guess what? That didn't work out so well. It didn't work out well for her because one day the Holy Spirit, and I'm not saying I'm the most holiest man, but I'm going to tell you what was said to me one day. I looked at her and I said, so-and-so, I said, I don't know what it is, okay, that's not making this go right. I said, but you're not in this for the right reason. First words that came out of her mouth, I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the money. On one side of her mouth, she's saying, okay, I'm not in it for the money. But on the other side of her mouth, she's doing various things, and her approach is very cut and very manipulative. She was doing some cutthroat things to people that she had sat under and tried to undercut. Now, that's one thing that I will talk about that the brother just said, don't never try to undercut nobody in a business. I don't care what industry it is. Because if you think about it, would you want somebody to undercut you? Would you want somebody to sit up under you every day and learn the business and then all of a sudden steal your customers and they out doing their own thing? How would you feel? So, like we saying too, be real careful. Not all money is good money.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of these little young cats that I run into. They look at me and they say, "Okay, how you do this? How you do that?" Blah, blah. And I tell them, I said, "You think you want to get out here and sell weed on the corner?" I said, "You don't want to sell no weed because for long somebody gonna start asking you for heroin. They gonna start asking you for meth. They gonna start asking you for pills." It's one in particular down here. He's in Houston. That I told him that I see you 18 years old. You up here in the capital city of Texas. You need to get you a legitimate job. As a matter of fact, I would help employ you to keep you from getting into that drug slanging industry. Because you get into it, it's gonna lead to one thing, gonna lead to another, and before long, you're gonna be selling it and you're gonna be doing it and you're gonna be behind bars. Just that simple.
Mm-hmm.
I know you young man, you're trying to make money for yourself. I was your age at one time too, but I'm trying to show you how I did it. Honest living, don't owe nobody. Like my mama told me, when I lay down at night, I don't have to worry about the police coming knock on my door. Who did you steal from? Or some kind of crackhead coming knocking on my door, talking about where this is, where you stole it from me. I ain't got to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
So peace of mind. And even if you're in big business, even if you're in corporate America, make sure that when you lay down at night, okay, although, yes, you got to pay your house mortgage and your children bill or whatever it is, make sure that you can say, I have wronged no man or woman in the business that I've done, and I think you'll do pretty good.
Good deal, good deal. Anna from Mississippi, how you doing this morning, young lady?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. We're talking about, this is Black Friday. We're talking about business, and the question that we're asking today is, how does business make money? How does business make their money? How does business, and you've been in business for quite a while, a couple of businesses and different things of that sort. So let me ask you the question, how does businesses make money?
Oh, Lord. You got to be able to strategize. You got to be able to first of all, you have to have your faithful people, your long-term customers. That's the main thing you want to have. You want to be able to please them. So when things are not so good, they'll still be there. And you have to be able to strategize, because I've been in places where I've had to almost take below what I pay wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
So in business, you have to know how to move things around, and you got to always have a backup plan, because I have customers, I've had customers that will come in, and even if something's not on sale, I can always find a way to make my customers happy. Business, it takes a whole lot of strategizing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, what you're looking for is money, it's profit. You may not make profit off of one item, but you can make a profit off of a whole different item. So it's about a whole lot of strategizing. Mm-hmm. You've got to have those stable customers that will come to you and shop with you, no matter, if the next store may have something better, they'll still find you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really about long-term, about long-term customer relationship. That's how I make my money. I had people that I would hold a check for, that I could really trust. I had layaway plans that went over 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
You have to always, do something to make them happy in order to make sure they are long-term customers.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this: when you buy certain products, if you're providing a product, and you buy a product and that product goes on clearance, what is the mindset along those lines? Is it just to break even, or do you typically take a loss when it goes to clearance?
When it goes to clearance, the first thing you want to do is okay. Let me just give you an example of a regular store, because I also manage a store, also a clothing store that was not my own.
Mm-hmm.
Like Black Friday. Black Friday, you see people have this Black Friday sale. The way that works is like this right here. They have to mark it up. It may be $99 today. If tomorrow's Black Friday, tonight before we close, we're gonna make it $125. And tomorrow we're giving you a percentage that's gonna be 99, which is already 99 anyway. That's how they work. But if you want to be like I say, to keep the customers happy, clearance for me have been close to market price, basically sometime below market price.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have taken a cut over here, but I can make it up over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, depending on how long I've been in the store, depending on, what season it is. Everything's still by seasons. And it also goes by how long you've been there. You know, when did it come in? How long have they been here and not sold?
Mm-hmm.
So all this right here plays it factors into what kind of money that I'm going to make off of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, strategizing is you have to always know how to strategize. I may lose on one end, but I'm going to try to gain on the other end. And at the end of the day, it balances itself out.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Leonard, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem and the Morning Glow family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're talking about our Black Friday. We're talking about how does a business make their money. Now, Leonard, you know about this firsthand. How does a business make their money? And explain to us about their clearance situation. Go, Annie, she went deep into it, man. But if you have anything that you can add to that, let's talk about that as well.
Well, different types of businesses require different type of strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my business are goods, are mostly services.
Okay.
Professional services, but I've sold clothing and things like that. And one thing that is important is that you always know how much things cost you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what's most important.
Okay.
You need to know what it cost you, so then you know what to charge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you can take. To always stay on the plus side of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And if you're in a situation like, say, for instance, where you're doing products and things like that, if you're going to have a sale, know why you're having a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Clearance sales are usually to get rid of excess merchandise.
Okay.
That's usually was the general thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, clearance is really a marketing term.
Okay.
To make people think that they're getting a great discount
when they're really not.
Well, it just depends. If you don't know how much it cost before, you do not know.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of times I'm a very clearance type shopper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy anything retail.
That's my wife, brother.
But like Annie mentioned, she knows her customer.
Mm-hmm.
That's her thing. Know your customer.
Mm-hmm.
Know how can you make it easier for them to spend with you?
Mm-hmm.
And convenient.
Good.
So, a lot of people talk about, well, why, what's this thing I hear with black business? Just because it's a black business doesn't mean things are on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? Then someone's going to go to a white business where things are on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say whatever you would like, and you can believe that some people should have loyalty to you because of the color of your skin, but that's not business.
Yeah.
Business is you bring in a product or service to the market, how you get customers to spend with you, and then, like Annie was saying, to repeat spend with you.
Yeah.
I'll bring it down to a street level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Come on.
The number man come to your house, make more money than the number man you got to go see.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So he gonna ride around and come to you because he know you spend and you play the number with him.
Yeah.
So he coming. I remember they come down there. He gonna come for that $5.
He gonna knock on that door
because he know the $5 is gonna be there. That's why he coming. And you're a repeat customer. And so a lot of times you have to think past. One of the things I find out with a lot of entrepreneurs who are black is the fact that they believe they can just put it out there any kind of way.
Yeah. And people gonna come.
And they doing you a favor. You're not doing me a favor. You're
Building.
really not.
Building that they will come.
You got to appeal to your customer to get your customer to want to do business. If you're selling burgers or anything, you got to have the best burger, or you got to have the best service, or what have you, just as comparable to the next business person. It's always that, and if people have options, they will use options. Layaway was big for the business industry.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Because it gave people with moderate limited income the ability to pay on time to get what they want. And what you exchange for that is you wait for the product.
Let me tell you something else, and we're gonna pull some more people into the conversation. But this came to me when you was talking, Leonard. They rent to own companies that's out there. And if you look at the numbers and how they do that thing, man, they ripping you off hand over fist. They ripping you off, but it's the convenience. It's the convenience, Rico. It's the convenience about them. Rent to own company. They'll rent you a TV for a year and a half. Well, you paying, you paying $15 a week or every 2 weeks bi-weekly for that TV. But if you do the math, you pay for that TV 6 times.
But the way it works is you don't want to wait for the TV.
Yeah, and that's what I say. It's convenience because of the fact.
Well, not only that, they provide a service to people that got bad credit and can't afford to get it the right way, the easiest way, the smartest way. But you got to have it. You got to have that PS5, but you got to have that 70-inch TV to keep up with the Joneses. So you'll go ahead and by the time you finish paying for it, pay for it 3 or 4 times, but at least you got a 7-inch. Look at my 7-inch.
Wow.
Where you get it from? Real Center?
I thought about.
Soon as I hear that, I'm like, fool.
Yeah.
I thought about those the other day actually to see if they were actually still doing business.
Yeah, Aaron's right down here.
Yeah, and you know the market in that particular market, for instance, it is very subtle, and it meets a need that never, I don't believe, there really was the purpose. It's you don't rent to own.
Yeah,
you just rent to use. You don't rent to own. You rent to use.
Yeah.
So one, you shouldn't be in a situation like, say, for instance, rent to own is I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm only gonna be there 6 months. You know, that's what really the purpose of rent to own is. Okay. It's for people who they trying to have no baggage. They ain't trying to invest in nothing. Yeah. But there's some convenience that they need there for a period of time. If I go to work somewhere for 6 months, and so I need somewhere to stay, I need to assemble something where I can be comfortable. So that's what rent to own is really for. But this whole notion that one, you're gonna pay $1,000 for a microwave. Yeah. Wait on the microwave.
And Toyota T, that's what they do. Particularly, they'll end up paying $1,000 for a $175 microwave. Toyota, you know, I mean, on the business side, it makes good business sense for the business owner, but the consumer is getting ripped off. Talk to me, Toya. Toya, you there? I think Toya might have she that mute button is being.
I'll tell you one thing that's really funny is when we talk about rent to own. You know, as a young guy, you know, a lot of times we be in transition. I remember, man, I used to move almost every year or two. You know how we used to move a lot. You just move until you settle down. And one of those things that was funny is a lot of guys, you know, a young white guy, for instance, he'd take a couch he see on the street, pick that couch up and take it back to his apartment. That's his couch.
Yeah, that's his couch. Yeah.
But a brother on the floss, so he gonna go get him some brand new leather couch from somewhere else that costs him pay that rent to own guy just to have that nice couch in his house. Whereas I remember,
gotta look good.
I didn't even have I think you would normally get a table because I needed something to study at. But remember how you used to take a towel and you used to make your little stands and cover up your little table, you know, a little fold out table, milk crates. You would make stuff.
Exactly.
You know, that you like. One, it's so funny, and we talk about it now. Women, you need to upgrade your lifestyle if you're sleeping with guys that got mattresses on the floor. Remember that thing when the mattress be on the floor? Well, that's why the mattress on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Then you be like, you know, I don't really moved up. I'm gonna go and get me some rails, and I'm gonna make sure I keep some rails to at least put the mattress on the box spring.
And let me say this right here. And everybody, people have a way of trying to maximize or trying to floss. Oh, you better. Okay. We might have lost. Well, she's here, but I think she might be.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. What do you say about the rent-to-own companies? $1,000.
Oh man,
$1,000
legal
for
pimping.
Yeah.
Legal pimping.
Come on.
Legal pimping, man. But hey, that's my job as a new entrepreneur, to find out the niche, to find out how I can get in and find out if I can make money off of it. And fortunately for people who kind of finance things because we don't understand credit and don't do the right things, you want top of the line furniture too? Sure, for $27.98 a week, we'll send you this sectional leather set with headstands and lamps and carpet and all. Because initially you probably would not have been able to get that someplace else. So absolutely, rent to own is alive for, you know, our failures and shortcomings, what we don't understand, but we still want to be able to keep up with the Joneses.
Yeah.
Well, now Jones got bills, and you got the same kind of bill Jones got for $27.88 a week.
Exactly. See, and Rico, that's crazy how a company like this will come into a neighborhood and drain the people. They're draining the people, man.
Well,
You know,
I look at it a different way.
a colonizer's mindset created capitalism, and we all for it now. It's the American way. You know, if your credit ain't good, you can come to this finance company and get you a 20% interest rate. We got that money for you. You can get all the money you want, 17% interest. You want that car, that house? You want that four-wheeler? 17% interest. We got you. You might not be able to get it from the bank. You know what get me is that
24%.
Black people, especially black people, we are the hugest consumers and beneficiaries of the end product, but we still don't understand the real true nature of the beast. We speak words that sound good, financial literacy. I would rather hear financial logic. You know what I'm saying? What about the logic of your finances? If it ain't making sense, then you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna work for you. You're just trying to be a capitalist. You're just trying to make a profit. But you got to have some kind of logic behind it. What about financial integrity? You don't ever hear nobody say nothing about that. It's all about finance. And then people just don't took that word and ran with it so much. I'm tired of hearing it. Financial literacy, financial literacy. They might well make a song out of it.
Yeah.
But what about the other words that apply with that really affects the consumer? What about the integrity of that product? Are you ripping people off? Are you making it harder for these people to go and get their credit straight because you charging them $32 a week for a microwave or a TV? Like Leonard said, man, that's supposed to be temporary. You go get that rent on for a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you let them have it back. But you know what? Once you open up Pandora's box and you experience that view in high definition and that surround sound, ooh, man, you can't do nothing, man. We own it. We got to have more of this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's how
you
they
know
get
what I'm saying?
That's how they
and
get
so that capitalism is something else, man. But we it makes you lose your integrity and your logic wanting things. You know, so we'll go and we'll actually tell other people to go to these finance companies instead of telling them, hey man, go get you a signature loan for $500.
Yeah.
Build you some credit. Go to a jewelry store, open you up an account, build you some legitimate credit. I guarantee you in 2 years' time, you might be able to get your car. Get that little $500 signature loan and don't touch it. Ask them how long do you have to keep it out before you pay it all back and then apply to your credit rate, your credit score. And then pay them back with their money. And get a loan the same day for a little bit more. And do the same thing over and over again and watch that credit score go, boom.
Yeah,
I did it. I was just too young to maintain it. I did it and messed it up because it got too good. I found out about the blue flame and lost my integrity.
And see,
so I just blowing money.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what happened. It's almost like, unfortunately, it's almost like what you just it described, like what the drug dealer does to you. You see, like that big screen TV, and all of a sudden, you look at it and you just got to have more and more. What he do, a lot of times he'll bring you along and he'll give you the first little hit. He'll give it to you here, man. Here you go.
You know what? This is what I think about though, Leonard. Raheem. With Amazon.
Yeah.
That man didn't make the profits that he wanted for years and years and years, but he still had a solid product. So sometimes you might not make but about $10 profit, but you got to have enough sense of your accounting, your budgeting, what you are investing. You got to pay attention to all of that, what you're spending on marketing, and also understand too, building in your clientele, speed actually is a very big asset. You want the clientele, but you got to have a quality product and it got to move. So it needs to move with speed. You need to be able to market it to these people to know that it's a quality product so you can build up that speed. And then after a while, maybe you can up your prices because of the fact that you have the quality product. You are proven. Amazon, that man in 1 year's time, oh man, did he multiply his profits by like 800% or something like that? I mean, he just went through the roof just like that. But he had a proven product. Now he's reliable.
On the 2 song. Another company that was out there, man, that did a job on the community because the community allowed them to do the job on them, was this rent your rims for your car. Rent your rim. You go out there, man. You want them 20s. You want that chrome. You don't want all this stuff on your car. You go out there, buy a car, and then you go out there and invest in rims that cost more than a car, and you're paying for it weekly or bi-weekly or monthly or whatever it is. And a couple of months later, you go down the street, man. You see the car sitting on bricks. Why the car sitting on bricks? Man, look, they came to get the rims back, brother. They came to get the rims back. So what do you say? What do you say about that, Suzanne?
I've seen somebody get the car repossessed on blocks. Anyway, we had a strike here at Chicago. Had a strike, and you see cars that once had big rims on it, they're sitting on the blocks in the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, I've known somebody that said, "Man, can I park my car behind your house?"
Trying to hide it. Yeah. trying to hide it.
What?
I think, let me use your garage.
Exactly. I give you $20 a week to use your garage.
I think they got some chip in them rims because they're fine.
Yeah. they can find it, and knock on your door. Look, man, I need to get that out the garage there, man. Whoa, bro. But that was just another racket, man. And it was again for the business. It was a good idea, huh?
They want to fight.
Yeah.
They want to fight because the man come get his real. You ain't paid for. So, and you know what, Ibrahim? That's to look good.
And that's all it is.
To look good.
It's all it is. And
I mean, and then look, not only that, here's the killer part. Your engine knocking and smoking.
Yeah. But your rims looking good. Come on now.
Yeah, you looking good.
Yeah.
Good. You got big old booming radio in your car, and you got a big old nice system in your car. But the car don't even run.
Exactly.
So you play it out in the yard.
Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Question. Why do Black people believe that sellers have some type of moral obligation to them?
I don't know why they believe it, because obviously it's been proven over and over again that they don't.
Because I as a business consultant, I don't make value judgments with clients.
Okay.
The goal is to help them get their businesses going and efficiently and as profitable as possible, to help them devise business plans and things of that nature. If you came to me and say, I'm gonna build a porn outlet, you would probably turn that money down, right, Raheem?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, because that's the value judgment that you make.
Yeah,
you're not going to even help that person.
No.
But that's a very profitable business. So one, as a consultant, I don't sit there and make the value about it. I look at its profitability. So when someone says to me, well, they took advantage of the community. No, the community took advantage of that was presented to them. And so to educate people about not making the choices that they're making, that's economics. So one, half the people that sell you all this beer, alcohol, cigarettes and all that, they don't even smoke or drink.
Yeah, that's true.
But they open up a store in the neighborhood because that's the niche.
That's what sells.
That's what sells.
Yeah.
That's what you want. This notion that someone should, we should have consumer protection agencies for general types of things.
Okay.
However, but when you're making your own personal decision about what you want to do, that's a personal decision. As a consultant, my job is to look at what the market is demanding and what they want, not how they feel about. Do they feel so much that they're going to spend that money? Then it's not a concern to me, because the relationship between me and the community is money spent. That's my interest. That's business. So the rent-to-own centers provide that service to people. It's
And
not
which is a choice whether you go in there and buy from them or not.
Exactly.
It's a choice. Okay, I see where you're going.
You can add. Your average dope dealer no money. I mean, that's no. We act like we stupid. We're not stupid. We just make different decisions based on different values. Ain't nobody out here stupid.
Let me go to Adrian. Adrian, is most of those businesses that we're talking about, the rent-to-own centers and stuff, are they primarily in Black neighborhoods?
I think that they are primarily in Black and minority neighborhoods, and they are really designed to make us be in a circle of throwing our money away. Why am I going to sit here and pay you $1,000 over 10 months or 12 months? I mean, okay, for a TV that's only worth $200, but you done got $1,200 off of me because I'm living foot to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, and behind on my budget. Okay, but again, I want the materialistic things. I want to keep up with the Joneses and the Kardashians and the Trumps, for example. Okay, everybody want to have the wealth of Donald Trump and of Richard Branson or of Warren Buffett. Do y'all know who he is?
Yes.
But yet still you're sitting here doing actions that are going to keep you behind. All you doing is throwing your money right out there on the ground and burning it when you're doing something like that.
Yeah.
And you're not putting your money in your mortgage. You're not putting your money in having, well, I mean, you might have lights in the house and internet or something like that. But if you gonna put money on a TV like that, how about you put money in a laptop computer for your kids or for yourself so you can get a little bit more education in your head? And one thing I want to touch on real quick is these credit reports. Listen, anybody that runs a business, you need to look at your credit report. You need to make sure that you keep a close eye throughout the year. Pay that little bit of money. And I ain't talking about the free credit report from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I'm talking about you need to get it from Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And what it looks like is it's going to break down every month and every day and every bill that you owe. And it's going to show red, yellow, green. You will know what you're looking at. I ain't just talking about just know the score. Okay, I got a 600 business credit score, 800 business credit score. You need to look at that monthly breakdown. And even if you can call a merchant, my mama taught me, even if you can't quite pay a person a full amount, don't dodge their phone call. Don't dodge their email or their letter. Call them and at least try to work out something to pay a little bit so that when you look at that credit report, you won't start going from green when you first got the money or line of credit to now you in yellow for 1 or 2 months, 3 months. For long, it turns to red. And then before long, your credit is messed up and you can't go here, go there. Then you got to go to rent to own places to get stuff. So no, them companies, they're not designed to help minority communities or poor communities. They designed to help keep the noose around your neck and the chokehold on you. Okay, and you living in regular houses, regular cars, and all this kind of stuff, regular TV. You don't know how to take care of what you got, and before long, the child gonna be like knocked that over and broke it. He's gonna be sitting out by the curb. There's something else on your credit, and you still gonna be right back down there buying a new TV and paying for the one that still done went to the dump yard.
And one of the things I wanted to comment on is businesses are not in businesses to help you.
That's right.
That's not business.
Yeah.
So every situation you get into where you gonna give somebody some money, that's your relationship.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing less. If I want a burger from the burger place, it's not up to them to make sure that it's exactly the way you want it to be unless you paying for it. That's why it's a difference between a 99-cent burger and a $15 burger. It's ingredients.
Yeah.
Okay. It's what the cost of that burger is. So you have to think of that. Why, even buying a house, Black people always say they took advantage of me. No, they did not. You didn't read.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. It has to be disclosed. But you skipped over all that and you signed on the line and they took advantage of me. No, You didn't do what you were supposed to do,
Yeah.
and your responsibility as a consumer
Didn't
to
do
be
your-
fully aware
Didn't do
of
your due
what
diligence.
you're doing.
Didn't do your due diligence.
It ain't their fault.
Mhm.
It's your fault.
Exactly. Rico, you had an idea? Some of your mind?
Well, I sort of agree with what Adrian said about those. Well, I ain't gonna say I sort of agree. I used to agree with what Adrian said about the finance companies and rental centers and stuff being designed to keep people in a hole. But then after talking to some of these people that patronize these type of businesses and explaining it to them logically, how much better it would be for them to do it the right way, going setting up credit or going through maybe an electronics store or something like that and getting you a line of credit for a TV, and actually applying to their credit score later on, they still would choose the easiest route.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what when you have people out there with those values to want to consume by any means necessary. I got to have the latest. I got to have that latest iPhone 12, that latest PS5. When you know those people still gonna exist, and they might patronize the man that's gonna break into your house or that's gonna steal from the store, they pretty much created the rental center. They created the have-nots, created the finance companies, because they knew it was going to be a lot of people out here that just wasn't going to catch on to the logic of finances and economics. And they was going to be foolish. But they still wanted stuff. They wanted the final thing. They wanted whatever the media was putting out there in front of them. They can't buy a car, can't go get the TV, because they're eating out every day, eating everything they see on commercial 3 times a day. I mean, you can just think about it. You can't even tell people how much cheaper it is to cook what they just bought. What they just spent at a restaurant, they could have cooked the whole week off of if they went to the grocery store. So you can't convince people that. The people created the demand for the rental center. So it's really not designed for them to keep the people in the hole. It's for the people that's in the hole to have an opportunity to keep on trying to enjoy the finer things in life.
Come on. Now, Toya, let me ask you this question. We're gonna use something else. Toya, let me ask you this question: the rental companies and different things like that, and the people that's doing those things, that's running and operating those businesses, are they wrong? Toya?
Hello? Yeah. Okay, so operating in the United States, they came from slavery, so of course they're not going to be wrong. See, all these businesses have to operate under this United States regulation or rule, which we got to keep in mind that when they started, us the Black folks, and they started doing those mortgages and stuff, it was done with an intent to be higher in our areas. Our credit cards, it was done with an intent to be higher in our areas. So therefore, these businesses, just like abortion clinics that make money and anything else, they got abortion clinics in Black neighborhoods, but they got fertility clinics in white. So initially, if we go way back with business and how it all started, initially, yes, it was created like racism to keep people bound and down. Even in the South, there are homes right now that Black people paid for on a mortgage that wasn't even set up correctly federally. For as far as regulation wise, with like running water and things like that, they've gotten hundreds of thousands of dollars from these people and then torn down their homes where their kids can't even do it. You understand? But to do anything with it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we look at the actual system, when it comes to banking and finance, when it comes to setting up credit, 2 Black guys started credit, truth be told, and took it to someone else. This is what I'm talking about with how we take stuff to people when it gets stolen, no matter what you got. Other people steal it through time. The Westinghouse, Tesla, people steal things. And when they came up with the concept of credit, because Black people couldn't get anything, we're giving them our money to tax us on our money to borrow their money. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
The system is set up in a way to keep us down, but this is where we need to be ahead of the game. You understand what I'm saying? So coming from the projects, right? You're not thinking about a mortgage because you're just trying to struggle with the $750 rent you're paying in the projects because you're not all wealthy. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This system, from working, from education, and let's get 100 more. Look at the Tuskegee experiment. If you do not think that they're putting things in our foods to help our mental, not be able to grasp money. Come on now. We talk about black people. We talk about people who made it through so we can get beat to the skin fall off, right? And overcome that. But we can't overcome the simple science of money. No. There are other factors that they know are productive. When they took slaves and made us work for free, you don't think they caught the dollar signs on that? And every business, I work for Zaxby's. Zaxby's highest all outdoors now. I started up there with $5.34. Now they $9. Am I supposed to say they wrong? Now I didn't leave Zaxby's because what they charge people. I left Zaxby's because when you want me as a manager to pay them $7.25 and you want me to manipulate their time, I ain't gonna do that. No. They already don't make no money. You want me to be so by the book. Okay, be by the book and don't be giving them no free food. Well, listen here, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't be throwing this food away. Y'all make sure we do this thing the way we're supposed to. Keep the numbers in line. Instead of throwing this food away, I can feed y'all for free. Yeah. So I did things for my people to offset what I knew was the truth about the restaurant industry. I know they can afford to pay people $15 an hour. I did it for them. So when I started to do things to empower my people, that became a problem. And this is the same thing with all the other businesses around. If you're going to be, let's talk about the presidency. If you're going to be the president, just like a business, come on, let's stop acting like we don't know the United States is a business. Your leadership. What is your leadership doing? What are they okay with doing to make money? What are they okay with doing to make sure that this thing gets ran? Are you willing to do it by any means necessary? Because if so, that means you will be a slave owner too, because you want to get on ahead. Or do you want to take the so-called real steps to take to get ahead in business, which they teach you in school, which most of us don't want to go and do and learn anyway. But they say that's what you need to be able to play the game and understand the game. So that's what I'm doing. I'm learning all the game, and I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna smack it up, flip it, rub it down. And I'm gonna use it all for my people because I've walked in the foolishness. Look at car financing. How you gonna go buy a car for $100,000 soon as you drive off the lot? You lose $50,000.
Yeah.
But that's the top of your day. That's what you live for. That's what your kids at home for. You need your wife at home for to go work to get this $150,000 car. As soon as you drive off the lot, it's gonna be worth $72,000. Come on with the jokes. That's how you know there's a psyche behind this that we don't want to understand. Somebody said the other day, I believe it was Adrian, if you think they ain't got witchcraft and all this other powers, then you're wrong. Yeah, they do. The only ones that ain't using our powers is the Lord. So, yeah, it's a strategy to this thing. That's why I'm getting my PhD in business. It's a strategy to what they do and the marketing and the things they know that are wrong that they promote because they know that what's the word can I use? Negative behaviors are known to be more financially beneficial than most of the good things that they put out there. But that's about the flip, honey. The Lord's gonna change all of that.
Good deal. Good deal. Come on in here. Come on in the house there, Leonard.
Well, I mean, it just depends on
Come on in the house. Hold on.
I come from a completely different point of view as it relates to business.
Okay.
I am about business.
Finances.
I mean, if that's what it's about, it's to me, this is a market and you participate at your own risk. We should have consumer protections on some things, and we have a lot of rules in place on how you can and cannot do business. But one thing you do is you make the decision to play the game. I mean, you have a lot of people, they'll come and they'll say, well, this isn't fair. And it ain't got to be fair. Don't participate. What is really unfair is discrimination in terms of business when it comes to, okay, I'm charging white people less than I'm charging black people.
Does that happen?
Of course, there are several cases of it happening.
Yes.
That is against the law. Paying more on your insurance policies and things of this nature because you live in a certain zip code or whatever. It takes a lot to justify the racism in that. See, I have a problem with the racism. I don't have a problem with business because I believe that people should participate as they see fit. I don't care nothing about your dependency on anything or what you desire. I'm going to sell it to you. Okay? And if you want it, you can come buy it from me. Now, if you know you ain't supposed to be doing it, or it leads to this or it leads to that, you stay away from it. I don't fault drug dealers.
Okay.
I fought people who do drugs. Because one, if you wouldn't have created demand, the business would not be there. See, people.
That's interesting.
You have to get out of this notion that it is somebody else's job to govern your personal choices and decisions. That's your job. You understand what I'm saying? I know that salt is not good for you, but it's not my job to make sure that one, you don't eat too much salt. That's your job. You know, well, the food industry, you know, you got diabetes. You know what you're not supposed to eat, but it's your desire to eat that that is the issue, not the person selling it.
So so basically what I'm hearing you say is they take no responsibility in selling it.
No, it's not about taking responsibility. It is not their responsibility. It is your responsibility as a consumer. Now, what they cannot do is sell you poison knowingly without disclosing. This is why you had a whole industry of activism.
Isn't that what the drug dealer do?
But one, like, you know, black people still faulting drug dealers for their problems as opposed to they desire to do drugs. Because if you can't get drugs down the block, you're gonna go 2 blocks. If it ain't 2 blocks away, you're gonna go 3 blocks. Okay. That's how much you want it.
Not me.
That's how much the drug you want it.
Yeah.
So when you think about it from that term of view, like one, if somebody, like say for instance, we have an entire mortgage system here in Georgia that is built on complete unethical standards as it relates to foreclosure. Okay. And all these people making money off of foreclosures, illegal and legal foreclosure. But because you're not at the table, because you don't care nothing about governance, you let these people sit at the table that make the money. So they make the laws that are benefiting them, not you. That's why you got to be involved in politics. Okay. Because this is how the law works and how we govern ourselves. Relationships are a lot of times commercial relationships, I would say. Let's say that. Let's bring that into the conversation. Commercial relationship. Speaking of, Toya hit on it first. United States is a business.
Yes.
The relationship between the United States and other things is business. It's commercial. It's about trade. And you seek balance in the trade, right? On this big level.
I understand what you're saying, but I waver a little bit when you say about the drug dealers, because if you have I think I see it like this. If you know somebody that has an illness, and I think drug addiction is an illness, you can't really lean on them. I think, and I could be wrong with this. You can't lean on them to go ahead, Rico.
That's why rehab is so popular.
But my thing is this right here, and that's good. But my thing is, I can't put all the emphasis on, okay, you ain't supposed to be doing that drug. Now I can't blame the drug dealer because he sold it to you because you ain't supposed to be doing it. But this person has a dependency.
But the person created their own dependency.
See, that
you don't get addicted to drugs unless you do them.
There's different steps. There's different steps that got there, and so we can't look at those particular steps. We got to look at the solution of the situation, and the solution of the situation is that
don't do drugs.
Is that we have
that's the consequence of capitalism.
Yeah,
the consequence of capitalism is a nephew or a son looking at his mama or aunt doing crack, but still realizing that people don't put the emphasis of having money and making money so important that they saying, well, you know what? I might as well sell it to her. If I don't sell it to her, somebody gonna get that money. Somebody gonna get that money. It's a demand for it. You know what I'm saying? So I go back. It's a fault on both ends. The thing is that we have been brainwashed into favoring capitalism so much that it's okay to throw integrity out the window. It's business. That's part of it. That's the American way. That's sick. That is a very sick mind process to say that that's the American way and to accept that, because that's what's going on with us.
Hold on.
That's why you need.
Hold on, everybody. One at a time. Wait,
hold on. I look at it.
Hold on. Go ahead, Rico. You finish. I'm gonna go around. I'm gonna let everybody speak one at a time, though.
I look at that. That's the sickness of capitalism. That makes people want to have. They want to take any opportunity possible to get out of that hole and become one of these successful people. That's the domino effect of it. Mm-hmm. So now you have business people to say, well, that ain't my responsibility. And I'm gonna show you just how crazy we are. That's what shows you how much of the consumer we are. This Thanksgiving, you're gonna see more people that post about how sick they are and their health issues and their prescriptions, how much chitlins they gonna eat come Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Okay. The oxtail wasn't part of the cuisine that they wanted. We valued it. Now they like it. The price went up. Chitlins ain't good for us. We know it. We suffer from heart disease. We see it all in the newspaper. Black people suffer from heart disease, high blood pressure, all this stuff right here. And then come Thanksgiving, everybody gonna have their fat plates full of everything they ain't supposed to be eating up there. And guess what? They gonna market them chitlins that they used to give you for scraps back in the day. Oh, y'all want that? Y'all made something happen with them chitlins. Y'all made them things work. Let me try them. Ooh, they did make them work. Let's sell them this death. It's up to them, though. They know it ain't no good for them. They the ones that got the statistics said all day long. Black people in high blood pressure, black people in heart disease, and they still eating it. Sell it to them. Matter of fact, raise the price this year. Look like they buying more of them.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Toya, and then Adrian, coming to you.
Yeah, a couple of things. So, not only was I in an instance where I had drugs given to me at 5, but I know multiple people who had drugs encouraged or influenced at 5 and 11. I didn't turn out so bad, but I know people that took that wrong, and I know I knew better not to do drugs at 5. I know I did, but I just didn't know no better. And I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I just didn't know because they were giving it to me. So, like, all situations and instances can't really be judged the same because you don't know the background behind it. At 9, when you touched, trust me, you're gonna want a joint, and you can't tell nobody either. Yes, you is gonna smoke you a joint too at 9, 11, and 16 too, because everybody can't deal with some of the things that they've been through so long. However, if we're gonna sit here and have this conversation the way that we having right now and be honest about it, because we're absolutely right. Yeah, you can choose to do anything you want to. Honey, let me tell you something. My daddy went and shot that block up when they found out that they done came and got my teenage brother to go do something illegal. He wasn't playing. So, all these different things, you're absolutely right. But at the end of the day, we're going to talk that we can't get mad at Master's boss then. We can't get mad at Master them. It was business, Negroes. It ain't had nothing to do with personal. It ain't had nothing to do with moral character and integrity and trying to be a true Christian. We just knew that the Lord was going to get us away with this power, and that's why we beat y'all like that. Look, it's more beneficial to run a business and not pay nobody. Don't be mad at us, Negroes. We let you into our schools. We let you into our hospitals. We let you eat our food. You know our ice was colder. We gave it to you. So don't be mad at why we enslave, beat, and burn and torture all the people. Don't pay them beating tortures. No. That wasn't all white folks. That was just some of us crazy white folks.
And you can do it too.
That's right.
And that was just business, y'all. So what we gonna do? We gonna pick up in 20. Listen, don't get mad at Trump for allowing this coronavirus thing to happen because he saw money. Because he know that everybody's gonna need cleaning products. No, don't you get mad at all of them that sat there and made money because that was a business transaction. Who cares about your family and loved ones dying from this so-called coronavirus, honey? And they up here making money off it. And you talking about you want a check and you can't go to work. You can't get mad with them people because it's just their business. That's how they do business. Now, listen.
That's right.
I want to get a PhD is because I don't want to follow business models like that. I know in my heart, and I've been saying this since I've been in school 2006, I know in my heart that I can create a business model with more integrity to really help people on the playing field than what they're doing. And I'm going to do that. And I'm willing to die, get murdered, get talked about, get whatever. Please understand, I'm still from Brooklyn. I'm willing to go through whatever I got to go through scrutiny because I know the nature of the business model can be done with integrity and professionalism, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's right.
I thank the Lord. You know, I'm not with that foolishness. I'm not with that foolishness. You don't have to do that to people. The money is here. As a matter of fact, let's get a little more gangster with us selfish human people. When God gave us dominion over that, he gave us the power to say that money got power. Money ain't nothing but a piece of paper from a tree that we all decide to say that we're going to follow because one group of folk that's light in color say so. But it does not have to be like that. Let me tell you something. When these lights cut out, you ain't going to get to your money. Then what? Resources is the problem. You need food. That's right. Got gardens, that's the resource. We need energy, which is already in the land, but they got it so jacked up. They're going to tell you, you can't tap into the same energy they tapping into. They're charging us for it, and they can't. By federal law, they can't. And we're not saying nothing about these things. So what I'm supposed to do is say, oh, because I'm going to school, that's business, and just let it be. And I'm not. Change, Norm, in the definition of business. Black people, me and my people who have arrived with me, we're going to change the definition on how the business model can be ran, and we're going to show them that it not only can be ran with professionalism and integrity, like the Lord initially created it to be created for.
That's right.
But we are all going to be very financially beneficial and kings and queens around here, and we're going to see it.
Exactly. Adrian, I know I said I was coming to you next, brother, but we got another call. I don't know how much time we have with this caller, so give me 1 second. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, good morning. It's Tandra calling from Atlanta.
I'm sorry. What's your name?
Kendra.
Kendra?
Chandra, you did this to me the last time.
That's my friend. That's my friend. Hey. Okay. I got a good. I didn't put my good ears on this morning. I ain't put my good ears on this morning.
Right.
But
good deal. Well,
but
no worries.
You've been listening to the conversation for a minute. Have you been tuned into us?
Well, I just tuned in. I don't know what the topic is. I heard the young lady speaking just a minute ago, but I'm not sure what you guys' topic is today.
Well, our topic, this is Black Friday. We're talking to all things business. We stay there. We jump a couple of places, but the topic today is how does businesses make money? How does businesses make money? And then we start talking about how certain industries like the rent to own businesses, how they take advantage of certain communities by selling them products over time. And they end up for $175 microwave, spending $1,000 over time. And how does that manipulate the community? What do you say to that?
I don't think that, business is business. And I don't think that we can blame the Rent-A-Center for people putting themselves in a position that they have to do that. It's a personal responsibility. If there's a situation that you are using, and I don't think anything's wrong with those rent to whatever it was place you said, some people need to use that, but you have to think about it. Most people that are using that has destroyed their credit, right? So they have to go and use means such as that, or high interest loans or payday loans in order to sustain themselves. So I honestly can't, in my opinion, you can't blame the company for providing a needed service. You got to look at the individual. You put yourself in a position where you don't have to use those services that potentially will financially drain you or put you in a bad position. It's a personal choice. So, but no, I'm not going to hate the business owner. I'm a business owner.
Okay.
So I'm definitely not going to do that.
So,
that may not have been the popular answer.
No, that's good.
My answer, and I'm sticking with it.
No,
I agree with you 100%.
See, Linda actually agrees with that. That was a point that he was making as well. But let me ask you this question: we're talking about a person that's all the
drug dealers are gonna agree with each other. They're all drug dealers.
Oh Lord!
Hey, listen, I know some drug dealers. That's truly. If there was a situation where I was in court, and I was listening to the judge sentence this young man for selling drugs, and one of the things, his girlfriend was there, and she was like big pregnant, like she was getting pop pregnant. He had never been arrested before, and the judge said to him, the black judge, and I'll never forget his name was Brown, Judge Brown. He said, I have people come in here that's selling drugs, and I don't agree with what they're doing, but some of those folks literally come in here because they have to feed their families. But he told this young man, you're from a good family, from this, you didn't have to do this. You chose to do this. And he said, I hate to do this because I see you get ready to have a baby, but I'm going to teach you a lesson. And he gave that boy some time. And he gave him the time, not because he was selling drugs, but he made a choice to sell drugs when he didn't have to. Now, I'm not, that was his opinion. My opinion is if you go choose whatever you decide to do, right now, we're all trying to survive. And that's the way it's been for us, period. We're trying to figure out a way to survive. Everybody has their own story. Everybody has their own issues. So I can't judge anybody for what they do. That's not my job to do it. Because technically the only thing we can control in this life is ourselves. We can't control what Trump is doing. We can't control what Biden is going to do. We can't control what anybody is doing or how they're running their country. We do what they say. We go vote. And ultimately, we haven't won yet with any of these votes. So all you can do literally is control you to the best ability that you can, and then create a life for yourself around what you've decided it's going to be. I don't give a shit what Trump is doing. I don't care what Biden is doing. I honestly don't care. And I don't discuss politics because, again, I can't control what them people think, and they're not going to give me that bad energy. I think the problem is we spend so much time attracting them to us because we give them that energy. And anything you give energy to, it blows up. So you think about how Trump got in office the last time. It was a fluke, it seemed like. But no, the laws of nature is the laws of nature. The universe says anything that we give life to is going to grow. That's how he ended up in office, in my opinion. We gave him that energy. We spoke it up. We told the universe that was what we need, whether it was a good conversation about him or a bad conversation about him. We gave it that energy.
Absolutely.
So I just think that, we got to take personal responsibility for this world and its life, not what everybody else is doing or how they treating the black people and all that. How are you treating you? How are you treating your brother and sister? I own a black-owned business. Every time most 20%, 30% of my black business come in trying to get over on me. They're not on time. They don't respect my business.
Wow. And that too is a huge issue. But let me go to Adrian because we had Adrian holding on for a minute. Adrian, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down the list real quick. I jotted some things down because there's been several great topics made by everybody. One, out here in Texas, did y'all know that they're selling chicken bones? Not chicken feet, but chicken bones. That's just how broke, or either you're rich and you're wealthy and you're making it, or you're eating the bones. Okay, and they're selling them. Number two, Zach McElroy, the way Zach McElroy got rich with Zaxby's. I used to work for Zaxby's. I worked at 3 of them, and I worked at the first one. The way he got rich was he stole that Zaxby sauce from a mom and pop store down there in Statesboro, Georgia, and he took it to a lab on the Georgia Southern University campus. Say what now? And he patented what that old mom. I know the people that he stole that from, and they end up shutting down. Their name is Franklin's. That was a restaurant in Statesboro. That's who he stole that Zach sauce from. His chicken is crap. Okay? He stole that sauce and started selling it, and that's how he got rich. Okay? But the biggest thing that I want to talk about is this stumbling block. If I provide a service to somebody as a mechanic, for example, and one thing, I'm gonna talk about a guy here. He's a mechanic, and I got to commend him. I've taken a few people to him. He could have worked on their cars and taken thousands of dollars from them. But he straight out looked at them and said, you know what? This is the benefits, the pros, the cons at doing it this way, that way, this way, that way. He said, I will not willingly and knowingly take your money from you, knowing that it's going to be detrimental to you. That goes back to what Annie was saying earlier. The way that you build long-term clients and long-term loyalty is if I see you come into my hardware desk or to my service and you're trying to do so, you might want to, now if you just want to dump that money and I done sat here and warned you, that's one thing. But there has been times that I've turned down money in situations people wanted to do, and I'm like, look, come back in 2 months when you're in a better situation. And I'll be more than happy to do business with you then. But the way that you're coming about it now, that's not going to set me up good down the road either. Because if I'm throwing a stumbling block in your way today to capitalize on the money, as some greedy dogs are, I want the money. It's business. It's business. Yes, it's business. But there, like the sister just said a minute ago, I don't know her name, there's a certain way of integrity to do business. That if me and you are neighbors and we're doing business together, why am I doing stuff that I know in the long run is going to cause you to go bankrupt? Guess what? If you go bankrupt, you're going to stop patronizing my business. Where's my business going to go? Down the toilet. So to me, any dumb, greedy dog, as the Bible says, don't be greedy after filthy lucre. They are dumb, greedy dogs who want to capitalize and live for today and not tomorrow and nobody else. Well, guess what? If everybody around you start going down because they can't make their mortgages, they can't make their car payments, they're sat outdoors, where's your business going to go to? Do you have the money to pick up and the fiat, as the lady was talking about a minute ago, it's called fiat when you put value on something. In some nations, the value is diamonds. In the Congo, it's water because they don't have water in the Congo. They don't care nothing about money or diamonds. They got plenty of diamonds. They need water, okay? Over here in America, it's that paper money. It used to be gold back in the old day, gold and silver. So these, to me, many people that have this mentality of, well, it's mine, it's just business. Donald Trump said it's just business. When Hurricane Katrina hit out here in New Orleans, do y'all know how much land Donald Trump went bought up and redeveloping and gentrifying? Y'all know what gentrification is over there in Atlanta. Yep. We got it going on out here in Austin too. But yet and still, you have people who have the mentality to say, well, oh, I'm going to come open a business in the back neighborhood and I'm going to charge you 2, 3, 10 times as much for a TV. And I don't care because it's just good business. And I want chickens and rice in my pot. And I want the new Bentley. And I want the house on the hill. And I don't care when the water run out in your well. But guess what? When the water run out in your neighbor's wells, what in the world you think gonna happen to the water in yours when we all drinking from the same aquifer? Really, people? See where your greed at. You're a bunch of greedy dogs and you have to filthy lucre. Just that simple.
Yeah, you should watch your mouth, Adrian.
And then you get mad with Donald Trump. And then you get mad with Donald Trump. You want to idolize Donald Trump. Wait a minute. You want to idolize Donald Trump on money, but you want to say that he's a bad man and doing corrupt stuff. Okay.
I want you to do me a favor, brother. I need you to do me one favor. And that is to tell me how you really feel, brother. I'm sitting here reading something to a year.
How you really feeling this morning, Adrian?
Exactly. I'm sitting here reading something, and about the Zachary situation. They say Adrian was saying how he stole the idea of the Zaxby, how he stole the recipe. I pulled something up here because I've heard for many years the kid from Zaxby say he stole the recipe. I'm actually sitting here and I'm reading something on our internet right now about Colonel Sanders, Colonel Harlan. What they got his whole name on here, Colonel Harlan Davis Sanders. Say he stole from a black woman named Miss Childress. And say not only that, say she ended up dying in poverty because he took her idea and became a multimillionaire, actually a wealthy billionaire.
Sad.
From her idea, from her recipe.
Let me throw this out there right here.
Yep.
Keep in mind, at one point in time in business, there were certain places you couldn't go, like gerrymandering and stuff. You couldn't go. You couldn't put certain businesses here and there because of competition. They done changed the laws. Now all bets is off. But listen, I'm one of them girls that when they grew that business, I worked with the nephew to put them guys up. So I remember they tried to get rid of me, but they couldn't because I was too good. I was too good. This is what I do, man. I love people. I love to feed them, and I love to make sure everything you eat gonna be so good it's gonna jump in your belly and come back out to thank me. That's what I do.
That's right.
So when I tell you the things they would try to do, they tried to fire me because we were supposed to be getting free lunch. Let me tell y'all what I was doing. I was going to college at Atlanta Tech. I was driving to Griffin, Georgia. My mother was in a hospital having a heart attack. I was going to Piedmont. I was training at their location in Gainesville, Georgia. So I'm driving from Gainesville to Atlanta Tech to Piedmont Hospital to Griffin for 12 weeks. Paid no gas, which was illegal. Then wanted to charge us for food. So I was like, oh, excuse me, y'all. Hey. So TJ said, Toya, listen, you got to be
I'm sorry, I'm name dropping, but I really don't care. They know I really don't. You need to calm down because when you speak, people listen. And I'm like, it's not about people listening. It's about policy and procedure. You hired me. And this is how I know when white people hire black people, they hire the one that's going to whip a crack a whip.
That's right.
Yeah, I disagree. I've been in corporate America for 30 years, and
they're not going to deal with no radical black person. No, they're not. They don't deal with radical black people.
One at a time. One at a time. One at a time, sisters.
Other black people.
Ooh, that's a hot topic.
They're going to get black people to do as much work for $7.25 as possible, knowing that
that's
they
right.
deserve $11 and $15 an hour. They're making
if you allow somebody to do that to you, if you allow somebody to do that to you,
it happens.
Delta.
Hold on, Adrian. Hold on, Adrian. Hold on.
It happens everywhere. This is the business model that they're following right now. Just look at Corona and how they squeezed certain businesses to shut down. They're not even around no more. But the 11 major rulers are the ones that were considered to be open and essential.
Mm-hmm.
We really got to look at this game that they're doing. And like I said, working with them, I learned a lot because it's procedure to make sure that the man.
Oh, Lord.
See, you started pressing and messing up buttons.
Yeah, hit the
trying
wrong
to
doggone
do something
button.
else.
Yep.
Trying to do something else.
Hold on, let me get back. Let me go
The Jew.
Okay,
but see,
there we
I'm
go.
the kind of leader that I'm going to teach you what the Department of Labor says. I can't make you wait past your time. When you come in late, then I can make you stay off. A lot of people do bad things. The food industry is in the top 6. They hire over 11 million people. A lot of people are being mistreated and cheated in the food industry for $7.25 an hour. It's a norm, and I could not do that because I'm not going to be manipulating people, and you're not paying people, and they're making money over fifth. And when they hire us because they feel like we can keep each other in control. They're not about hiring people that's going to be encouraging radicalism. That's why when you go on the interview, they don't want you to tell the truth. They want you to tell them what you're going to do to the business. They don't want you to hear that he tapped me on my behind and that's why I'm not here. They don't want to hear when he tapped me on my behind and I went to the EEOC. They're going to tell me it's retaliation. It's going to be looked at as retaliation. So I probably wouldn't want to look up a suit like that. Come on, the joke. And people know this.
Yep.
People know
hold on, Toya.
Because it's business, and that's not right.
Hold on, Toya. Let's pour some more people into the conversation. Chandra, you wanted to say something, and I know Rico. I see his reaction. He definitely want to say something as well as Adrian. But Chandra, what's on your heart?
Chandra.
Oh Lord, I'm gonna get it right. Chandra, there you go.
Chandra with a T. But no, I was just hearing it out, and I hear what she said, and I agree to some degree that what she said that does happen. But I think it was so generalized, like this is just happening in corporate America every day, everywhere. I mean, of course, there are some companies that's integral, black and white, not just white people. So I just think that, as I am black, I came up in the hood. But I worked my way through different situations, and I've worked corporate America. So we can't generalize that's every company, that's every white person, that's every black. I got black companies who ain't paid me.
Come on, man.
You understand?
Stop.
So I don't mean to generalize. I just think we need to change our speech. We need to change the way that we're looking at it. It's not a black-white thing. It's a person thing. People, if your business doesn't have integrity, that means you as a person don't have integrity. You just brought that into your business.
Thank you.
So that's all I'm saying. So I'm going to shut off. That's Chandra with a T.
Okay, good.
And when you're talking about business, you have to talk about what's your role in the business? Do you own the business?
Me?
No, ma'am. Oh, no, ma'am. I'm not. Excuse me, Ms. Chandra. I'm not talking to you personally. But these are the thing about it. I tell people all the time, when you're working for a business, you go work at a chicken place, for instance. We're talking about chicken place. You're an employee, sell chicken. If you don't like it, go home and go find something else to do. You're selling chicken. You don't own the restaurant. Even barbers, for instance, paying booth rent. I know this one guy, excellent barber. Boy, I could have took his business. I could have had his own business built for him by now. But he had such poor character and such poor business skills. I couldn't even work with him as my best friend because he wouldn't commit to what would make his business better. But yet you want to go to everybody else's shop and tell them how to run their shop. No, you there to pay that rent. If you don't like what going on at their shop, leave the shop and go somewhere else. Black people have this notion where you can go into somebody else's stuff that they built and tell them what to do.
Okay. My issue is this, because she just said, Tandra just said, it's not a black or white thing.
No.
But you just made it a black. You said black people have this idea or this propensity about themselves where they feel as though they could go into.
That's personal.
Yeah, but you just made it personal when you say
right.
that.
That's on the personal side. That's not on the business side.
But my
That's
thing is,
my
thing is, what just happened is you personalize to the point where you say black people do this, white people do the same thing.
Well, I don't associate with those type of white people that do that. I basically deal with African Americans.
I know white folks all the time that if you bring them into your corporation,
but they ain't calling in.
Before you know it, they're gonna try to take over your corporation. They're gonna try to run your
fault
business
is that?
And steal your business.
But whose fault is that?
I'm just saying. My thing is we cannot say that just black people are doing this.
You tell me how someone steals your business from you.
It happens every day.
But tell me, because I'm not.
Okay, wait a minute. I got it. And I'll give y'all a prime example. Out here, there's an organization that I was volunteering from. Wait a minute. Do somebody else want to get this? I'll tell you exactly how it happened.
Calm down, Adrian. And let's have the
conversation.
Want me to answer? Okay, calm down.
Oh, I'm calm. Want me to answer?
Go ahead and answer the question.
Okay. A person will sit with you. There's a lady out here, and there's a gentleman. She has been sitting with this man for the last year, watching his every business move, how he receives goods, where he stores stuff, where he moves stuff. How about the man got injured the other day and had to go to the hospital? She's riding in the truck with me. How about she said, we're going to receive these goods and we're not going to tell so-and-so who's the director of the organization. People will sit right up under you every day and will learn the tricks of your trade, how you do business, how you move your money around, how you think ahead, how you think advanced. And before long, they'll start strategizing and they'll go to your very own clients and market to them. And they'll say, well, oh, Adrian's over there doing X, A, B, and C wrong or incorrect or this and then, we can do it better. I can do this for you. I can do that. Make it a bunch of false promises. Some of the promises might be true. Some of them might be false. But what I'm saying is people steal business every day. It's very cutthroat out here for those greedy dogs. It's very cutthroat for them to sit behind the hourglass and look out and see what other people are doing. But then when they start seeing what all it really takes to be an owner and to be at the top and the hard work, oh, well, I don't want to do all that. I didn't realize all that went on behind the scenes. I didn't realize that the books were supposed to be done like this, this, and this. So now who can agree with me on that this Friday morning?
Oh, I definitely don't.
I can.
Oh, okay.
Because this is
hold on, everybody hold on. Excuse me. Everybody hold on. I got another caller. Hold on, everybody. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Good morning. This is Bishop.
Good morning, Bishop. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed.
It's Black Friday getting rough, brother. Black Friday getting rough this morning. What's on your heart?
I hear it. I'm listening to Leonard. I'm listening to Adrian. And Adrian hit the nail right on the head. And that's exactly what happens in the business world. And therefore, you have to protect yourself.
Thank you.
I learned this the hard way of showing people how to do a certain thing, and they think, no, they moved up in front of me, and I was the one who demonstrated and showed them how the operation goes. But at the end of the day, you got to be a studious person. You got to pay attention to what's going on around you, and don't give away all the secrets to the trade unless you're just trying to pass it on to the children.
You got to watch who you got around you, pay attention. But at the same time, as I said with Adrian, I agree with what Adrian said, but I also see another side of it. Like, we've all worked for corporations, companies, and from each one of those places, I took a little something with me. I learned something. That was one of those points of being there. And I took those things that I learned, and I'm able to operate my own business now successfully because I got a little bit from everybody that I got something from. Now, I wasn't unscrupulous and went after their business. Or, like, for instance, I taught for the International Performing Arts Academy as a director here in Atlanta for years. But when I left, I started my own training classes. Now, did I take their customers? No, but I took what I learned from them and I did it my way. And I think that in my opinion, that's the way that we're supposed to do. Like, I don't want to stay there working for you forever. Like, can I take something and go do my own thing? You know, so I get what you're saying, Adrian, but I also feel like, you know, I mean, we can't, this is a capitalist society. You know,
okay, wait.
Hold on.
With you.
Everybody, Adrian,
the other day, I had a lady that had a $7 million grant that she called.
Adrian,
go ahead.
Hold on, brother. I got to pull some more people into the conversation. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Everybody is right. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. Yeah, listen what I'm saying. Some of these businesses come in with some honor and integrity involved. Everybody doesn't backdoor or come in with unscrupulous reasons or purposes, agendas. Now, LaToya spoke on a situation, on behalf of a situation where this company went against their own company rules. They were breaking their own rules and laws. And she spoke up on behalf of it. She wasn't, just because she went to work for them doesn't mean that she was supposed to let them break their rules and their own laws. Now, some companies don't use race. It's not about race.
Come on.
Then some are. You got your Tommy Hilfigers that have told you that they only had clothes for a certain demographic. They didn't want black people buying their stuff. You had Gucci saying that they didn't want black people. They made it about race. They told you that I don't even want these black folks buying my stuff because it's lowering the value in their minds. It lowered the value socially, seeing rappers and black people wearing the stuff. So, you know, people have been sued for discrimination in jobs, corporate America, all the way down to ladder, all the way down to McDonald's, all the way down to the cab drivers and trash pickup people. People have been sued for that. So when each person has an example they can give to benefit their argument. Leonard has a point that can benefit his argument, and Adrian and LaToya can come back and they can prove their point, because each business that is existing right now does not operate under the same integrity.
Absolutely.
Nobody operates under the same laws of business or integrity or honor. So you will have certain businesses that don't want to deal with black people, that don't. They might put it in the artwork. You know, I think somebody got a picture of a rope pulling a black man, a horse pulling a black man apart or something like that. I mean, certain images and stuff like that let you know where these people come from. Okay, we talk about the business doesn't have a place to respect the values of the consumer, but at the same time, we sitting up here talking about Colonel Sanders. And Zach's distilling to get rich. You get what I'm saying? So somewhere some businessmen are legitimate businessmen, and some came about it the wrong way. And we shouldn't. We got a choice. We got a dilemma in this thing. We gotta side on with the people on humanity, or we got to go with business. But you can't. I don't know. To me, it's hard to operate one without the other, because somewhere in business, you're going to have to put your integrity and your honor to the side for the sake of profits, for the sake of that's just how business goes. And in some cases, it's true. But some of these businesses, they break laws. You got whistleblowers, you know what I'm saying? You get people get retaliated. I'm in this situation. I got blackballed. I had to sue a corporation for racial discrimination. 2 class action lawsuits, and then a suit from where they retaliated against me. They wanted me out of there. Not only can I go back to work for that company, but I can't work for that company or no subsidiary of it in the United States, because they don't want to take the chance in having another person that'll stand up to them for breaking the rules that they had in place.
That's good. That's good. Toya, what's on your heart, sis?
Yeah, man, and that's just that, like the Constitution, man. When we hire presidents, we hire them to walk with integrity. And that's what I do when I went to these jobs, man. No, not for nothing, right? When I got on the clock, you know how I got that crew to work at 7:25? Because I showed them in matter where care. I helped them to be able to do things as a leader, man. It is up to me to be able to uphold these policies and rules and regulations. But there's also ways where I need to find a way around them. So listen here. When I educate y'all and make sure y'all know, listen, I told them like this, listen, I can't give y'all nothing extra, but I can teach you everything I know.
everything I went to school for, everything I know as a manager. And if you take it and use it and apply it, you'll make your own money. But I can't pay you more than $725. But I can teach you the things to best make sure that you're beneficial. No, you're not going to stay here 2 years looking at my face. You're going to go on to big and better things. We will not be the expectation that when they come in Black people neighborhoods that they're going to get poor stuff.
That's right.
We're going to be the best. We're going to be the greatest. I'm not going to hold you to that. And I had 70% of my store was felons. And I told them, if you're going to be here, we're going to be the best French frying, fried, cooking, selling this world has ever seen. And that's the standard. And that's what we're going to go by. And that's what I walk with as a leader. There were people,
that's right.
This woman that got caught stealing, right? My crew determined what happened. And when you determine each other's fate, you understand that one day you too can be in that shoe. And what do you want someone to do with you? So when she got caught stealing, she had to pay people that money back, and you're gonna pay every dime. Well, they said it wasn't that much. Well, if you've never been in there, we never got, so you're gonna work here till you pay it back, and you're gonna stay here. When I tell you I'm gonna be on you like a fly on boo-boo, you ain't gonna be able to move. And I ran my ship like that. We're gonna respect each other at all times. If I die, I'll come back and haunt you. Because you gonna understand that once you cross my path, you will be the best. And these babies have grown up. Tell you what, they ain't in fast food, because I'm gonna work the snot out of it. We use brooms and clean toilets around here. We need, you don't get no seat, you can't work here. The mamas and daddies knew it. Bring them on too. What you said about your son? Come here, let me holler at you and your son. But if he gonna work here, he gonna be a man with me. I'm not gonna baby him. He gonna be here on time.
That's
he gonna
right.
be in a fresh uniform. He gonna know how to talk to people. He's not gonna do what he wanna do, and he gonna do it on his own. And I gave him all the tools. Now, if you want to dictate what goes on here, then hit the name, come in his check. You can take him home with you. But if he gonna work here for me, he gonna be the best, and he gonna be a man. And they shaking my hand before they walk away, because as a leader, that's how I'm gonna do it. And some people. My boss wound up stealing from me. He fired me, and he was stealing money from me, making me pay money that was already paid back. I mean, just a horror, man, a broken heart. Because I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, and I ran that store with integrity and pride, honey.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're gonna be the best Black folks, whatever. And when people choose to be greedy,
I need to ask Toya your question. I need to ask Toya your question though. You said something in the middle of what you were saying. I need to ask you a question, sister. Where did you buy that ticket at? Where'd you buy that ticket?
I bought it. I bought it at Amazon.
No. The other ticket. I'm not talking about that ticket. The other ticket. The one that when you die, you're gonna come back and haunt them again. You're gonna come back and get them again. Where did you get that ticket? I ain't never seen nobody buy no ticket that when they die, they can come back.
That's the special power we women have. When you my boyfriend, you gonna die 4 times. You gotta die 4 times and come back and live again and find one like me.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering what.
But let me just end with this. Listen. If we gonna operate by these rules, keep in mind them rules can come back and bite us.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say.
Good deal. Donald Toussaint, what's on your heart, brother? Donald,
I'm just listening, man.
It's a lot, ain't it, brother?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's all necessary. And one thing Rico said, and I have to agree. And it's hard to say that everybody's right. But in everybody's own mind, yeah, you're all right. Even you was talking about rent to own. You talk about rent to own and pawn shop is proper. They sell your stuff. I tell you what you try to do. Go sell your stuff to the pawn shop. You know what I do is I watch people buy during Christmas holidays and income tax. And I watch them buy Walmart put big screen TV at the front of the store, so it'd be more appealing. So people go and buy big screen TVs that they can't afford because they need the money somewhere else. So they go ahead and buy it. 3-4 months later, buy income taxes January, February, March, April, May. Go back to May. Go to the pawn shop. Find that fine TV that somebody bought. It'd be at the pawn shop. go ahead and buy it at a pawn shop. Go back a week later or an hour later and see if you can sell it or buy it or sell it to the pawn shop for the same price you bought it for. You can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Mark, they marked it up so much, man. It'll never happen. Leonard, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
One other thing, other thing, man.
Go ahead, Don.
We talk about appealing, making your stuff appealing. Let's take mechanic shops, and all money ain't good money. A lot of times, we in business and we get every customer that comes in the door. But then I'm looking at the mechanic shop that I'm going to bring my car to. And if you got a bunch of cars, unfixed cars in your mechanic shop, you got a junkyard. You're not going to fix my car. Period.
Exactly. Leonard?
I'm just listening to other perspectives because, as a business consultant, for instance, I consult people about business.
Yes.
And how they want to do it and conduct it. I just formed an LLC for a person who has a computer business, a computer design company and things like that. It does a lot of different things. But also, I explained to him the importance of non-compete agreement, confidentiality agreement, and these types of things as well, because that's how you do business.
Yes.
Every time I'm around certain types of people, it's always this issue. They stole my idea. Really? Explain this to me. Explain that to me, how they stole so you can't do it. Because if it's your idea, you should be able to do it better than anyone else.
Preach.
If it's your idea. See, I used to always tell people, I used to sell pies, all types of things, right? And so, it was never to me, it's like the person that runs for the last piece of pie. I don't need to do that because I make pies. You understand what I'm saying? So these subjective opinions that people have about business could be hurting them. This is why you pay consultants.
Okay.
Because you at least want to get off on the right foot. And my first thing to do to help people is to erase any negative notion that is going to impede them from making progress. So they can transition into this thing, because there's a lot they have to learn. It's like, say, for instance, when I used to doing taxes, don't come to me a few days before the date and say, let's do taxes, because my goal is to start with you a year in advance. To teach you how to do them yourselves, because that's your business. Those are your taxes. So I'm going to try to get you together and teach you how to separate your funds, not commingle them, business cards, this, that, and the other, keeping track of receipts and everything like that. So it's the notion that you're going into this market and someone has to treat you with anything other than common respect that they would have for anyone else. Black people got to lose that. Black people have to lose this notion, and they have to get serious about the choices that they make. That's economics. Is what you choose to do with your money. And this notion that we gonna do something ain't about 5 cents.
It will what now?
Because if we start a business, guess what it's called? A LLC. It could be a corporation. It has rules. It has bylaws. It has all these things on how you going to do business. Your operating agreement, for instance. Now, every time someone, like you say, I knew a lady, it was a case I used to have about biscuits, for instance. And this, like many restaurants that have great food, it's the person in the back that's really cooking that's making the food.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you took the job as the cook, what you cook at that business is property of that business.
Okay.
Now, if you don't want that business to profit from what you're doing, you need to go somewhere else and do it on your own. But you have to also recognize they bought the building, they pay the taxes on the corner, they pay the wages of everybody in the store. This is their business, not yours. So if you gave them your biscuit recipe, that's your fault.
I know what you're saying, but
it's not an opinion.
No. The example that I used earlier with the whole KFC situation, I think that's totally different. I think that's. Well, I understand what you're saying with that, But I think the whole KFC situation, and maybe even I don't know a lot about the Zaxby's situation, but that could be different as well, because that's not nothing that they gave. That's something that was stolen away from them.
Well, no, let's say for instance, when you're working at a university, for instance.
Okay.
Whatever you discover at that university belongs to the university. It's called intellectual property.
Yeah, that's true.
Same thing at a restaurant.
Rico could account for this, like on the musical side. If you go in and you're collaborating with somebody in their studio, if y'all don't have an agreement, that belongs to them.
Exactly, that's business.
That belongs to them because you did it in their studio. They have the master, they own the masters. Unless y'all have some kind of agreement going forward, then you have no rights.
Yeah. If I got the talent, but I ain't got the building to create that talent. If I got to go to somebody else's studio, even though I'm the engineer and I'm the producer and I'm the musician, then I'm creating, I'm bringing my talents and making their business an asset.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? So if I go to work for somebody and I discover some kind of new technique to make my job easier, and then I go to the company and say, hey, y'all, I just found out a new way to do this. It might help y'all out.
That's exactly.
That's still gonna belong to the company. Maybe I should just keep that to myself so it can benefit what I'm trying to do on that job. That's just my little ancient Chinese secret. You get what I'm saying? So I see how that works right there. You know, if somebody else provide the table, you know what I'm saying, or they provide the kitchen and you come in their kitchen and put your feet in the food that you cooking, that's different. But if you're using their ingredients and using their recipe, the only thing you're doing is following the instructions, then you ain't got no say so in it. Now, like I said, you could contribute to giving them a recipe, working for them, but you ain't got to let them know the ingredients.
Exactly. There you go.
You can go work for somebody else if you want to.
So when you leave, you can take that with you.
That's right.
There you go. There you go. Bishop, what's on your heart?
And I'm just going to ask one advice. I do hope that the individuals that are listening are learning, because we have a committed team here that talks about business and how to operate and what to look out for. And I love that thing with that Toya talking about when she managed. She told us, gave the story about, man, you're gonna be a man, you're gonna work here.
Yeah.
Toya?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. That's good. Yeah.
So what you do at home is different when you get to my workplace, because I expect you to work. And there is a standard and there is an expectation for you as an employee. I can't stand to go on a site and I'm looking at the employee and their clothes all wrinkled and all dirty. And I'm like, man, did you not prepare for work today? Do you not have a washing machine and an iron? You know, you need to spruce yourself up, because when I come into whether it be McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, I want to see an appearance of the employees that look appropriate for my taste. Because if you sloppy and nasty, I ain't gonna want your food. I don't want you cooking for me.
Thank you. Because I'll fire you. I'll fire you.
When I put any establishment, I want, whether it be a grocery store or whatever, there are expectations. And the managers of those of those locations should expect nothing less. Don't accept, you know, where he run the projects or they live in the hood. I don't care where they live. They work here.
Yeah.
So when you do this, make sure that you're considerate of who you are as a person, because appearance means so much. And I say it about Adrian. Whenever you see Adrian, unless y'all just kicking and looking at the game, that young man is going to be spruced up. He's going to be looking good. He's going to be smelling good. He walks with his shoulders back. When he goes into an interview, he goes in control of it. Because, hey, you know what? I want this job, and I want you to be impressed with my appearance. And I can take my and he's in a great place mentally, financially, and every aspect of his life. So this is what he is saying, what Leonard is saying, what Rico is saying, what Don is saying, what Toya is saying, what Sandy, I think is saying, what everybody's saying. I'm gonna tell you, he's giving us some great wealth of knowledge, and it's free. It's free. And I appreciate you as EKM or Raheem, because you open up all of these different platforms and topics of discussion, and we're talking about business today. So if you want to start a business, you may get over here and work with these folks and learn what these folks got going on. But learn it and use it to your advantage. I start y'all with $7.25. Okay, this is what I can have to pay you. This is what I can pay you. But you can learn this and go make your own $7.25 an hour, $725 an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
$7.25. So thank you so much, Raheem. God be the glory.
Yes, sir.
You are a masterpiece at work, and you are a servant that God has placed on this earth to start this broadcast, these type of topics, so that other people can learn and grow from. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate it. To God be the glory, brother. To God be the glory. Tandra, what's on your heart?
Just to piggyback off what he said, like, you know, the 725, that thing, is that more of a millennial mindset that we're working with right now? Because I know when I go out, I'm just like he is. I want quality, and you know, I get quality. I give quality. I'm a great tipper. You give me service, I'm definitely gonna make sure, because I've been a server. Mm-hmm. But I'm noticing a lot of the young people that are working, just their work ethic is so twisted and skewed, you know, like going to the drive-in first thing in the morning, the girl mad because she's going to give me a cup of coffee and then, you know, in my order. So a lot of the businesses that I'm black, white, whatever, it's the younger folks, in my opinion, who's not, you know, doesn't really understand the importance that you're the first face that we're going to see. So you need to be neat. You need to be pleasant. You need to be inviting, you know, provide that customer service. So could we look at that, what he's saying is a millennial
Rico, you got some of your
mindset?
Rico, you got some of your
not teaching them, you know, like I need Latoya to work in my business. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I want her to come and make sure that she's whipping these young people up in place, because I think that's what's missing.
See, Toya, a job opportunity, Toya, another job opportunity. Yeah. Look at that. Look at Black Friday.
I got you. Listen, I got you. I'm with it, because that is exactly what's missing. The leadership. Every time I go into the store, I see that the leadership is taking for granted teaching these youngins. They just saying, "Here go the job."
Yeah.
Take a swim. They're not taking the steps that's in place, the business models that they went to college. The model, all the models got it. Not all of them got it. Maslow's hierarchy, all of them, all of that maintained. We're not doing that. Every time because with the young ones, they want to do it, but they normally, if they don't know how to do it, they won't. But listen, with social media and these young kids, your business should be popping, because you should be using them. They're always on social media. Hey, y'all, listen. Normally we don't have phones, but look, whoever tagged the most people with the restaurant name, you know, you got to be innovative, but you still got to know how to teach them what is necessary and how they can use it to grow the business. And they're going to do it. They love, no, you ain't gonna never meet no grown person, let alone a young person, that's gonna say, I don't want to be the best. And the ones that are gonna say you don't want to be the best, they're in such a small group now where you can focus on them, because most people, once you tell them how it's supposed to go and you walk that, they're gonna do that, man. So a lot of these businesses is like that, because this leadership they're not training them and telling them what the expectation or setting the expectation for CM25, honey. They don't care.
Exactly. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Your brother serving County Lake, brother Pete. Family. I want to stress the fact that everything is business.
Yes.
And simplifying the concepts of businesses. You know what I would encourage us to do too. What you saying, my dear sister, speaking about the youth, dead on point. But we're not simplifying it. I mean, down to the paper clips and supplying the paper, down to supplying the cleaning and the products that they use to clean. I mean, every little simple thing is business. You get up in the morning, you're surrounded by commerce. The bed, the mattress, the sheets, the pillowcases, the flooring, the carpet, the towels, the soap, the lotion, the toothpaste, the toothbrush, the brush to brush your hair. I mean, the curtain, the shower curtain, the little loops to hold the shower curtain, the pole to put the loops on, the tile on the wall, the paint, the drywall. I mean, everything you're surrounded by in your life. The clothes you wear.
Yeah.
It's all business. Every little simple thing is business. And simplifying the concepts of business, a product, a particular item that can be utilized, improving existing items. Just in your everyday life, you may take a handle, take something and use to stir your pasta, stir your soup. You like to do it this way. Boom. There it is. There's an opportunity to start a business.
Yep.
So it's just in simplifying the concept of what business is, and then understanding how to get out into the world of commerce in this society, and understanding that commerce is global. So it's not just your block. It's just not your neighborhood, your local county or state, or even your country. Commerce is international.
Come on.
Wherever there are needs that need to be provided, things that are wanted, things that can be used, things that can be consumed, there's an opportunity for business.
Exactly. Rico, you had something on your heart, brother. What's going on?
Yeah, I was sort of laughing because I heard them, talking about the quality in the young adults. You know what I'm saying? And we got to remember that everything that we talk about, that we do, we have to apply the aspect of human nature to it.
Mm-hmm.
Even in business, we got to apply the aspect of human nature to it. And when you do that, we got to understand that with certain precedences and procedures put in place, you're going to have a domino effect, a consequence. Now, money makes the world go round.
Yes.
And the whole purpose of a business is to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So now we complaining about the millennials not being properly attired or having the right hygiene when they're working in these places, right? But they end out to get to make some money from these same businesses that don't care about your values, or if you are making enough to take care of your children. They don't want to raise minimum wage. These same businesses that say, you know what? I don't care about y'all values. This is a business. Mm-hmm. Business is business. So now these people from the domino effect of society are still taking in and partaking in this mindset that money makes the world go round. Business is business, and I need money to do what I need to do. So these people come to work and they don't care about what they look like. They just want that check. Pay me.
Yeah.
It's a business. Mm-hmm. Domino effect. Oh, so you ain't worried about ethics, integrity, and honor? I ain't either. Mm-hmm. I'm here, ain't I? Mm-hmm. Then I clock in. Then I flip that hamburger. Did I not take that trash out? You don't pay me to clean windows. I don't clean windows. I sell food. Oh, you want me to brush my teeth? Pay me a little bit more money.
Oh,
that you get what I'm saying? That domino effect, that mindset, you still got to take the human nature aspect and put it on that. I don't care. True enough, business is business, but somewhere you got to think about the human aspect of that, because you're talking about quality. It got to go from the top to the bottom. You just can't pick and choose when you want quality to be involved. Here I am, a slave driver. You know what I'm saying? Underpaying my employees, and I'm talking about quality. But they leaving here with low morale because they ain't making enough money to feed their family or pay their bills. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about quality. But you know what I paid when you came here. You know we didn't pay the same as these other jobs paid, but now if you want to go to that other job and get that pay, go ahead. You get what I'm saying? Even though I know you might have to drive an extra 50 miles to get to this job, and it's probably impossible for you to do it. And you already, the reason why you're here, because you try to get your feet on the ground and get started. Yeah. But it's gonna be hard to get your feet on the ground at 7:25. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we still that's the conflict. That's the conflict on arguing on behalf of business and human nature, the consumer, the producer and the consumer. You know, and I always, I'm gonna take this all the way back to capitalism and slavery, just like Latoya does. It really goes to show you how they took the compassion away from human beings and made us an opportunity to become a monopoly. I'm gonna say they manipulated us just to gain. Mm-hmm. They don't look at human beings. They look at you as numbers and statistics. How much money they spending? How much money am I getting from the black community? How many times I could go anywhere around this country, and I know when I hit the hood, when I see the gas prices go up. Mm. Yeah. Why is that? In the worst parts of the community, the least paid, the poorest part of the most poverty-stricken parts of your community got the highest gas rates and the highest grocery rates. Mm. But it ain't about race, right?
Exactly. Adrian, what's on your heart, brother? Adrian?
Yes, sir. You got me. Yeah. I'm here with y'all. I tell you, man, this has been a great conversation this morning. What's on my heart is, one time somebody called me a straw boss. And I know some of y'all know what a straw boss is. I know some of y'all know what straw boss is. And, with that, I didn't feel insulted by it. I took it as a compliment because I walk among the people that I, work with and that I lead. Matter of fact, I remember one time I was about 19 years old.
Adrian,
yeah, go ahead.
I was told to ask you what that means.
You said, what does it mean? What the straw boss mean?
Yes.
Who asked that question?
Don't worry. Somebody wanted to know what it means.
Okay, a straw boss back in the days of slavery was when you had the master who sat in the big house, and then the person that was over the people out in the field, like the lady was talking about earlier, they were called a straw boss. Okay, so sometimes you would be black. There would be black straw bosses out there controlling other black slaves, and they would whip them, or they would go tell master what was going on in the business. Well, this
like hopping Bob off our life. Hopping Bob.
Say what now?
Like hopping Bob off of life.
Like a trustee.
Right. Okay. Right. Right. This one time, this black lady called me that. I was with my mama, and she called me a straw boss. She said, "Good morning, straw boss." And later on, I asked my mama, I said, "Mama," I said, "what does that word mean?" And she told me what it was. Now, when I was about, and I'm going to wrap it up because I know we're getting out of here. When I was about 19, I'll tell y'all this story. I was doing construction, engineering, and we was building a $90 million project down there at Georgia Southern, my university at the time. And I was very honored to work on that project that was that volume for the general contractor, Turner. And, I had my own crew of girls and guys. It was about 40 of them. The day that I left that job, none of them showed up. My superintendent, he called me that morning. He called me. He said, "Adrian," he said, "where's everybody at?" I said, "I don't know. I got to go to class, man." Well, we called a meeting, and they told him, they said, "We don't want to work for none of the rest of y'all superintendents or project managers out here but Adrian. Because I walked among my people. I treated them right. The same task that they did, I got out there and did it with them. If I told them to go up on the roof of that building, that $90 million building, guess what? I was up there on the roof with you. So I tell anybody that is in business or going in business, lead by example. Don't never get the big head so much that you just sitting back and you think stuff is just running so smooth like a sewing machine. Get out there with your people. See what they go through. Take the questions of the consumers, and in that way, you'll know how to take your product. And you market. Right now, for example, I got a patent that I'm sending to Beats by Apple. They were Beats by Dre. I had an idea when I was in New York that I'm trying to take to fruition. So I just encourage anybody that wants to go in business, love what you do. Love what you do. Sometimes, like somebody said earlier, I think Toya would have said, you're going to have some bad days. You're going to have some miserable days. You're going to have some loss. But just stay in it and let your heart, as a patron, a merchant or whatever industry, let your heart be your guide.
Exactly. Man, look here. I'm looking at the clock, man. It is 9:58. Time for us to get out of here. I want to go to Toya with a T. And Bishop, I'm going to hit you. Y'all give me y'all quick version so we can get on out of here. Toya, what's on your heart?
Absolutely. No, great show. Everybody has some great feedback, man. I think that this is a point in time in life now. We need to, line up with God. You know what I'm saying? We can all do business.
Yes.
Have business ran and operated with integrity. We need to start taking things into consideration, and we put God first. We have everything we need. He's going to give us everything we need, and everything else that it seems like we're going after is really just an illusion.
Exactly.
So I just pray that, this conversation brings a lot of things to the surface, and I hope that the Lord uses that to show that, in Him, we can have successful businesses, and it won't take some of the cunning choices and decisions that we've been utilizing in life on a global level.
Exactly.
Nothing. This is not just us on the global level. And I just hope, we use this conversation to make better and safer and wiser business choices and decisions moving forward, y'all. Great show.
Good deal. And I want to do something. I want to say something to you all, each and every one of you all, that I don't do as often as I should or I could. But I want to thank all of y'all, man. Y'all are absolute family to me, man, and that we come together and we do the things that we do on a daily basis, man, to help the people. I hope and I pray that people are listening. Well, I know they're listening because I can see the numbers, but I hope they're getting something. I hope they're really getting something from what we're talking about. And I want to thank each and every one of y'all, man, for taking the time to call in, to be on the videos and things like that, man. I definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Love y'all, man. I really do. Bishop, what's on your heart?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you all I can say. After Claudia said what she said, amen. I love God in it. And if you put God at the front, put him in the middle, over, under, beside, you can't help but succeed. So thank you for saying that, Toya. And thank you, Raheem, for recognizing your crew that calls into your show on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
You're a wonderful man. And I don't mind saying, bro, I love you like a brother.
They love you as
You're
well,
the
man.
best.
Yes, sir. Rico.
You're almost as good as I am. You're almost
Oh,
as good as I am,
Lord. Oh, Lord. Look, oh, Lord. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
No, y'all my.
Go, what you say, Toya?
You know,
I was saying y'all are my mastermind group now. Like I'm looking forward to this call moving forward. It's like a whole group of masterminds on this call. Just imagine together what we could accomplish.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. And we're gonna do. We got some things in the works there. You know, y'all. Hey, let's stay together. Hey, that's all I can say. Let's stay together. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
You know, it takes a special person to be a chief. And, you know, that's the difference between chief and Indians, between, you know what I'm saying, the leaders and the followers. If you choose to go into business, or if you choose to go be a doctor or an attorney or open up a rental center, you know, it's certain type of shoes you're going to have to put on. And it's step that you're going to have to wear when you go into that business, or you shouldn't be in it. An activist shouldn't be trying to be a corporation boss or something like that, because you trying to fight on behalf of the little man, and he trying to fight on behalf of making sure he make the Forbes list. You get what I'm saying? But now, don't think that a Fortune 500 corp company or some Wall Street company can't, I'm gonna say, can't really share profits evenly or equally. Share. You know, I'm gonna say, show respect or show appreciation to the people that make their business profit the way that it should. I mean, there are selfish businessmen out there, selfish corporations. They exist, you know, and we have to accept the fact that in every aspect of life, we're gonna have people that's gonna go in and manipulate the system that's in place. But that's how it goes. Just make sure that when you put them shoes on, you know what you want to do.
Exactly. Let me go before we get out of here. Let me go real quickly. I say real quickly to my brother Pete. Pete, what's on your heart, brother? I say real quickly, Pete. Now, Pete, you know how you do now.
Well, family, I just want to simply say we have to encourage ourselves and one another, each and every one, to understand the concept of business, to do business with each other, and to start whatever you can within your own hand, your own influence and ownership that you can do to make a little extra money, have a little business, have a concept of business on your own, within your own structure. You, yourself, your family, your wife. Let's encourage one another, to do that. It's important, you know, because we as a people, we're at a growth point. I see us collectively, speaking about an ethnic group of people, coming into another era. We're understanding a little more about this game and approaching the societal function differently. So there's great energy right now. We just want to co-opt that energy, encourage that energy, and make sure that we're utilizing it to the best of our benefit. So let's continue to understand and open up our knowledge about business, encourage one another to support business. You see the little brother and sister with the little sticker on the car. Hey, give them a, you know, toot the horn to them. All right on, man. Keep going forward. Do what you're doing. And all those little things mean a lot. So let's just continue forward strong.
Exactly. Leonard.
Hey, man.
What, man? Look here. Tell us what's going on at 3 o'clock today, just in case they don't know.
If you did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern today.
Good deal. Brother Pete.
Yes, sir.
Can I get you to pray us out this morning?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right. Everybody's heart and mind is clear. Father God, in Jesus Christ's name, we come before you this morning. Thank you to God for the activity of our mind and limbs, a reasonable portion of health and strength. We thank you to God that we can come before you, casting our cares upon you, because you said that we could in your word. We thank you to God for all those that are assembled, dear God, on the line, listening, dear God. We ask that you would add a great blessing to them as well. Give them great understanding, dear God, along the lines of the conversation today, dear Father. Bless them in their individual lives. You know the needs, dear God, the situations and circumstances that they are dealing with. We ask that your will, word, ways ordinances, judgments, statutes, and commandments will be made manifest to all. Any that know thee not in the free pardon of their sin, counsel their heart, dear God, counsel their spirit, give them a great understanding of the importance, dear Father. And we will give you all the glory, honor, and praise for all that is said, done, and accomplished. In Jesus' name, amen.
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 Y'all didn't know that was a preacher right there. Y'all didn't know that was a preacher right there. But listen, it is now 10:05. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us in the morning. I thank you for allowing DKR Media Group and the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. It is now 10:05. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug because you'll never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in and let your light so shine. Take an opportunity, if you don't mind, go out there, find somebody and give them some love. You just might find some love in return. Y'all have a great weekend. Woo.